conversations with people. If I'm a car salesman and I'm selling cars, I walk up to somebody, hey man, I'm selling cars over here. The chance of anybody wanting to talk to me are so small. If I'm in multi-level marketing, hey, I'm in multi-level marketing, I'm excited. Please stay away from me, okay? If I'm in real estate, I'm buying real estate. What are you doing out here? You buying real estate? Yeah, I'm looking right here in Malibu. I'm looking in LA. I'm looking in Hollywood. I'm looking in San Diego. I'm looking in Orange County. Where's the deals at? People want to talk to you. Doctors, chiropractors, stockbrokers. It's crazy. Bitcoin people will stop talking about Bitcoin when they realize that you own real estate. What's going on there? I want to convert to some real estate. Okay. All right. For those of you who want to join me for an opportunity of a lifetime over the next 90 days, Jared's going to help me with the schedule here. This isn't a hard pitch for anybody. Anybody that wants to become part of this network, this funded deal, raise money for a deal in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, we're going to do
in 2 weekends, not this next weekend, but the following.
28th, yeah.
I'm going to invite you to join me for an interactive. I'll send you a ticket like this, okay? A digital ticket like this to join me for 2 days. I'm going to take what I'm going to do in 90 minutes. I'm going to stretch it out to 2 days. I'm going to do Q&A with you and explain to you how to find, where to go, how to get it funded, answer all your questions. I'm also going to give you to start today
the masterclass,
our real estate masterclass. Okay, you're going to start on this today. Anybody wants to grab this, I'm not going to do a full presentation on everything we're going to do for you. This is 16 hours. You're going to start on this. Your job, your exercise, your prescription is to listen to this between now and 2 weekends from now so that I can get you up to steam on your market, what you're looking for, how to get started.
People paid 10 grand a seat to be in that event.
Everybody that went to this event, you're going to see this is a live event. Everybody paid $10,000. There was 110 people in the room. I remember because I was asked to do this. They arranged it, and I said, this is what it costs to do it. And we put this on recording, and you can watch this. Lifetime access. And also, this book, if any of the terms that I'm talking to you about right now are overwhelming you, everything to do with real estate is in this book, okay? What is the NOI, okay? What is the gross reserves? What is other income? What is equity participation? What is escalation? What is effective age? What is effective rent? All that is in a book that I wrote so that you can simplify real estate. What we're looking for, folks, is this. Okay, I'm looking for cash flow. I'm looking for passive income, cash flow. So we'll send you one of these as well if you want to take advantage of this opportunity. Also, for the first 100 people, this is limited to 100 people. I'm in Malibu today, but my Miami office is open. If you want to get on a phone call, okay, once you commit to this opportunity, I will set up a free strategy call with one of our coaches for the first 100 people that take advantage of this. Okay, let's get back to the real estate.
GrantCardone.com/now.
Yeah, GrantCardone.com/now, GrantCardone.com/now. Now look, you don't have to do that. You don't have to join us. I hope you do. For you and your family, your future, your finances, I promise you, you'll never regret joining us. But if you don't and you just want to suck as much information from me today as you can, that's cool too. I'm totally fine with it, okay? I did this by myself. Nobody helped me. There was no books, no rules. There was no internet access. There was no accelerated path. There was no networking, dude. I just called people like an idiot. And I'm going to show you a graph now. This has been audited. IRS has seen it. The SEC has seen it. The FTC has seen it. This is a real estate graph. I started buying real estate. What's that first year? 1983?
Yeah.
1983. I had no money, no assets. I had a lease on a Toyota truck. And my first real estate purchase was $78,000. Okay, so here's a guy. I went from nothing. And I'm showing you this. I'm not here to brag to you. I'm here to show you your path. Okay, my path. I left little breadcrumbs. I own $5 billion worth of real estate today. I am kind of bragging about that. And I'm just telling you, if you would have done everything I did since I was 28 years old, Johnny's working these cameras, helping us with the production today. My team's back in Miami. I could take any person. I could take Jared's son, Jake, and say, Jake, just do everything I did. And Jake would end up having $5 billion worth of real estate. So would you. Okay, so I'm just leaving breadcrumbs for you guys to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? I had nothing. No credit, no money, no savings, nothing, zero. I'm telling you. I think I had a $20,000 life insurance, and I had $1,800 in a retirement account. And I'm 28 years old. I didn't even need a retirement account. That was stupid. Okay. And I went out and bought a house for $78,000. Now I only put $3,000 down. So what did I pay for the house? I paid $3,000. That's what I paid for the house. I didn't pay 78. I signed for 75.
Number 5 is confidence.
Oh, I missed something.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5th thing you need on that list, there was 5 things you got to have. The deal. I missed that. Sorry. Thank you, Jared. Deal, the debt, the equity. I'll show you all those. 80% of it is the deal. Okay. The 4th thing you need is a network of people. That almost comes automatically when you start doing this. Trust me. Like you guys that I just offered this opportunity to join me. It's instant network for $297. Instant network for the next 2 weeks. You get a strategy call. 2 weeks from now, we do 2 days of this. I'm going to be in my studio in Miami, and we're going to actually answer questions for 2 days. Where to buy, how to buy, what to pay, how to know if it's a good deal. I'll even look at deals and tell you that's a terrible deal. Don't do it. I already know that deal. Or that's a great deal, but I don't have the money, Grant. Maybe I can help you raise the money. Okay, that's what we do in our network. Okay, and the 5th thing you need is confidence. If you look at my Twitter today or my X, okay, my post on X, there is only one way to get confidence. Okay, there's 12 characteristics of people that are very self-assured. People that are severely confident people have 12 basic characteristics. Okay? None of them come from reading. None of them. All of them come from doing. Okay? This is what I started doing. I went from zero, bought a deal. I had $200 a month passive income coming in. This is exactly the piece of paper how I laid out. 0 to 78 grand. My schedule of assets, my network went from 0 to showing 78,000. Why? Because this was an income producing property, okay? If it produces income, it is an asset. If it bleeds income, okay, meaning you had to pay for it, you live in it, and it costs you $1,800 a month. If you have to pay for it, it is not an asset. If it has net positive cash flow, it is considered an asset. I bought a deal 1 month. In 28 days later, I bought my second deal. Okay, this will be number 2, 1, 2. Okay, now I go from 78,000. My next deal was $92,500. This is going to be documented. We'll show it to you, by the way. This one I put no money down on, and this one also cash flowed about $500 a month. Now I got $700 a month coming in, $8,400 a year coming in. My third deal was 48 units. It was $1,950,000. I put $350,000 down, and it cash flowed. Let me see if I remember. 48 times 200. Yeah, it was cash flowing. Let me see. It was cash flowing 350, because I remember what I made on that deal. It was $42,000 a year. It was $3,750 a month. That was my third deal. Okay. Okay. Now, this is called a schedule of assets. Okay. Schedule of assets. Grant Cardone, remember, I was worth nothing right here. 78,000. Help me out, Jared, on the math here. What is that? 170, 2,120,000. Is that about what that is? 3 deals.
Yeah, exactly.
Jared takes longer than I do. Okay. $2.1 million. How many of you'd like to do this? 3 deals and have $2.1 million. This is your schedule of assets now. And by the way, your cash flow is a year. That's $2,400. No, this is a month. $740, $450 a month. This is not even the good part of the story. Okay. This is my first deal. This is my first 3 deals. Okay. This is 53 deals ago. This can happen to you. This is my graph of real estate. This is my real estate career. Now notice what happens. I buy that, and then I took a little, I think I bought 48 units, 38 units, 92 units. Bang. Okay. Watch my timing here. I'm studying real estate. This is what I'm doing. I got a full-time job. I brought a manager on. I gave the manager, because I didn't want to do the bed bugs, the termites, the evictions, the toilets, all the problems that you hear about in real estate, I didn't want to do. So I gave a percentage of the profits to my manager, Dale Christensen. He had no real estate experience, by the way, none, zero. But he had time. He didn't have any money. So I gave him a piece of the upside so that if these deals got bigger, I would share these deals with him. I paid for my manager out of my cash flow, okay? Now you can see this graph here. I don't know, what part of the graph do they see? The whole thing right now?
Yeah.
So I wait a couple years. I go from 200 grand to 7 million to 38 million, 38 to 95. See, it doesn't really tell a good story here, okay? Today we have, I don't know, $4.3 billion worth of real estate, and it's growing all the time. Now, I'm just sharing that with you to show you anyone can do this. Okay, I started at 28 years old with no money, no credit, and no connections. Do you have the same problem right now? You have any credit? You have no money, and you're not connected. You don't have a network. You don't have any confidence about this. But here's the deal. These real estate deals are in your neighborhood. You do not need those things to do a deal, okay? You need the deal. Once you find the deal, the confidence will follow, okay? All right, I talked about the debt. Remember the 5 things you gotta have? You gotta have the deal. I gotta find a good deal. Now, if I have a good deal where I have $3,000, I can figure out where to get the $3,000. Where do I get the loan from, okay? Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have some new regulations. Go to a new sheet of paper, take these notes down. Fannie Mae regulations. Anything below 4 units, you can put 5% down and qualify for that loan and use the $25,000 that Ms. Harris is going to give, supposedly, as part of the down payment. Number 2, you have to occupy one of the 4 units. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that today, and I'm going to show you a smart way to do that and actually support the regulations that say you have to live there for 10 months. That's a little iffy. Okay, and I'll tell you why here in a second. 4 units, okay, Fannie Mae wants to be paid. So let's say I could find what was one of those deals I found earlier? Didn't I find 4 units in here right here?
Yeah, it was on Crexie.
It was on Crexie. Let me go back and change my damn filters. I'm gonna go 0 to 4 again. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this. Let's just pretend this is only 4 units. Or is that 4 units right there? Yeah, that's 4 units right there, right? 2 units? No, this is 2 units, so this qualifies. Okay, see these 2 units right here? Where is this? This is in Bedford Drive, Lehigh Acres, Florida. I could show you a bunch of auction stuff right now too. The auctions are going to explode. The auctions and the foreclosures are going to explode here in a little bit. This deal right here, 11 days on the market. It was updated 4 days ago. I'm using Crexie. Crexie is about $300 a month. I should show them our deal finder too, Jared. And this says, where's my price at? $479. $479,000. Let's just round it up to $480. Based on the Fannie Mae regulations and Kamala Harris's, that's 4% would be what, 18,000?
24,000, yeah.
How much?
5% is 24,000.
Oh, 5%. Sorry, I was doing, how much?
24,000.
$24,000, okay? If she gives me a $25,000 credit, that means I get $1,000 back. I put $1,000 back and own this. Now, it says that one of these 4 units I need to occupy. Trust me, when you do this loan and they say, are you going to occupy the real estate? You're going to say, yes, I am going to occupy the real estate. I plan on moving in here, okay? Hopefully you're in a rental right now and you're going to move out of your rental into the property. If that property is filled up with renters on the day you close, you should not move anyone out. I'm just telling you, I would not. Go, Fannie, should I move these people out? They're paying rent, they pay on time. No, don't call them. Just make your payment every month. For 10 months, you have 10 months where you're supposed to live in that property. Now, I'm not telling you not live in the property. I am telling you it will be suicide for you to move somebody out if they still have a lease in it, okay? The third limitation is this. This isn't for little money, folks. You can borrow up to $1.4 million, $1.396,800 to be precise. Up to $1.4 million you can borrow from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. This is government subsidized agency lending. So if you had to put 5% of that down, 1.4 times 0.05, that's 70,000. Less the 25,000 Kamala's going to give you. And by the way, if Kamala's going to give it, Trump's going to give it. Okay. Now you need, what is that? 45,000?
Yeah.
$45,000 is a down payment. Now, if you don't have that $45,000 and it's a great deal, I promise you there's 1 million people in America that would give you the $45,000 to be part of that deal. Okay. Number 4, there's called a DCR elimination. I'm giving you a lot of data. I know I'm overwhelming you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to say that all today. I only have so much time with you right now. I'm giving you 2 days of information, probably 16 hours of information right now in 90 minutes. Okay, so I apologize. You want to write this down, FHA Rule 75, okay, the DCR elimination. DCR, the NOI on this deal, NOI is $34,000, okay? The NOI is related to the DCR, okay? So meaning if I have $34,000 of NOI, NOI comes from rents less expenses equals the NOI. The DCR number is the number below that, or the interest and principal on the loan, okay? So $34,000 of NOI times 0.80. On the old regulations, you could only borrow $27,000 on that loan, okay? 27,000 times 1.25 is 34,000 bucks, okay? The old, before the new changes, and that's why I'm telling you the opportunities here, this opportunity is not going to last long, and I predict that this regulation right here and the 5% will not be around in 2025. I believe Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to tighten up everything. In the next 6 months, many of these new opportunities that are available today will go away. So if you respond to FOMO, fear of missing out, I believe Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac will eliminate these opportunities going forward. The old school, before this regulation passed, you would be limited to borrowing $27,000 a year, divided by 0.065. You could get up to a $4 million loan, okay? That's up to a $4 million loan. Remember, our loan's limited to $1,396,000. The $27,000 is going to go away. You do not have this limitation, okay? Which means you would then be qualified to do this deal where in the past, seems pretty complicated, huh? A little bit. In the past, it was there. Okay, number 5, they're loosening up the criteria for first-time buyers. And you're hearing about this every day in the media. We want to provide first-time buyers with an opportunity to own real estate, okay? Now, flip the page, go to a new page. This is 6 things you're looking for when you buy a piece of real estate. If these 6 things do not exist, you're not going to buy a piece of real estate. These are my criteria for buying real estate. I actually have an extended list, but I'm going to tell you the short list real quick to keep things very, very simple. Number 1, cash flow. Dude, if it don't cash flow positive, I never buy it. Listen to me. I never buy it. Period. End of story. If it costs $10,000 a month for the mortgage, the property insurance, the running of the property, everything, like you take everything. Basically, you take all the rent, less all the expenses, less the interest and principal. You take all those things. If this number is not positive, don't do it, okay? These are the different reasons. See, the stock market doesn't cash flow. Bitcoin doesn't cash flow. Silver doesn't cash flow. Gold doesn't cash flow. A business cash flows, but the problem with a business cash flowing is you're having to work the business. You got to work it to earn it, okay? Real estate is passive cash flow, and that is the number 1 reason you want to do it. Number 2, and I'm going to give you one senior reason above all of these. Number 2 is you want appreciation. So just because it cash flows doesn't mean I'll buy it. It has to appreciate as well. If it will go up in value over time, Okay, you guys that are in North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, anywhere where there's job booms, maybe you had a big job boom, something freak happened outside of Austin, Texas, south and east, and Tesla went over there. Look, if nobody follows Elon out there, bro, that's going to be a boom and bust market. North Dakota, Fargo has been a boom and bust market for years. People moved to Idaho.
Boise.
Boise. They flooded out of California to Boise. Will they stay there? I don't think so, but maybe. If they do, cool. You get appreciation. If they don't stay, you got a problem.
And in the appreciation piece in Florida, the real estate values have doubled every 10 years for the last 50 years.
Yeah, so the last 50 years, if you'd have invested in Florida, every 10 years you get a double on the rents. I mean, rents have gone up almost 40% just in the last 4 years. When rents go up, values go up. If there's no rent, there's no value. Okay, listen to me. You guys are taking notes right now. You're like, hey, should I do the opportunity with Grant? That's all you're thinking about right now. Should I join the 297? Dude, you need to find a commitment to buying real estate. Because right now you're missing the content. Right now you're missing, okay? You're missing the content. Listen to me, okay? If you can't raise the rents, you can't get increased value. Where rents go, values go. Okay, write this down. Where rents go, values go. If you were in Flint, Michigan, you would not have appreciation in that marketplace. You would have a headache. Parts of Detroit, problem. There's parts of the Rust Belt that are going to die out, okay? You got to go where markets. There's parts of New York that are having problems. I could show you a deal right now in San Diego, California that is going to be sold in the next 2 weeks for $140 million less than this group paid for. And that's one of thousands of deals this group has. Number 3, you want depreciation. Okay, and next to depreciation, you want to write accelerated. I want to accelerate this depreciation. I want to put it on steroids. I don't want to write it off over 27 years. A home is depreciated over 27 years. You buy a house for $270,000, every year you get a $10,000 depreciation. An apartment building, 4 units, okay, $270,000, the same price. I can deduct probably $140,000 of that in the year I buy it. I could own it for 1 day and get a write-off, a depreciation of $140,000, which means my cash flow from the asset, these are connected, my cash flow from the asset will not be taxed for the first 4 or 5 years I own it. Okay, number 4, tax deferment. There's a thing called a 1031, okay? My company's actually working on creating a 1031 exchange, or what's called a DST, so that you could sell your property. My buddy just sold a storage property for $8 million. Storage is great, by the way. Storage, retail.
RV parks.
RV parks,
Mobile
RV parks,
yeah.
enormous. I'm looking at a guy's RV. He's got a massive RV collection, pads, where he just gets the passive income. Passive income, he got the appreciation. Not a lot of depreciation, not a lot because it's an RV pad. But my buddy sells the storage units. He makes $8 million. He can move that $8 million into a like-kind exchange or 1031 and not pay taxes on that thing. Defer them literally forever. Not pay taxes, okay? Number 5, you want to be able to finance or refinance these properties. One of the biggest scores I've ever had in my life was refinancing a piece of property I owned for 5 or 6 years. Me and Jared bought a deal. How much was that deal, Jared? $4 million?
Yeah,
$4 million. I bought that deal with $300,000 down. How much did you put, Jared?
150.
He put $150,000 down. Okay, I put the rest down. We bought this deal. This was in
2012.
2012. In 2013, we refinanced the property. We owed $3.6 million. It was on my schedule of assets. He was my partner in the deal. Okay, I didn't do the whole deal. I did part of it with him, and
I got 90 grand back.
He put $150,000 down, and a year later got $90,000 back. This is a refinance, right? If you're taking notes, or a recapitalization of his investment. When he got that $90,000 back, he got the check. He's like, what happened, man? You mad at me? I said, no, bro, 90 grand, bro. We refinanced the property. I improved the rents. I raised the rents. I got a loan. How big was that loan? You remember?
Was it 10 million? No.
No. It was like $6 million
Yeah.
the first time. We've done it like, we're going on our third round of refinancing this property. Because as the rents go up, I can borrow more money against it, okay? When I did, I gave him his 90 grand back. Don't you have all of it back now?
And then some.
Okay, we've done this twice now. He got his 90 grand back, not a tax event, non-taxable event.
Second time I got 400.
Second time he got, okay, let me just, you put 100 or 150?
150, yeah.
I didn't think you put that much
I put
down.
100 in Daytona.
Okay, $150,000 down. The first refi event was 1 year later. It only took a year to do this. Now, to do this, folks, look, you got to know your price going in is the right price. You got to know it's the right time to buy the property. You got to know you're buying below replacement costs. I know I'm giving you a lot of data right here, but I know it's crazy. Like, I know it sounds too good to be true and all that, but it is true. Okay, this happened. What was the name of the property?
Harbor Breeze.
Harbor Breeze in Stewart, Florida. Okay. Can we pull up this deal so people can see how real this is? Still own it today. Harbor Breeze in where?
Stewart.
Yeah, there it is right there. Harbor Breeze. Notice it's called 10X Harbor Breeze. We repainted the property. This is the property today. What is it,
just over
104
100
units.
Yeah, 104.
104 units. 104 units. Where's my phone at? Who's got my phone? I don't have it. I'm looking at it on my sheet to see the NOI today.
Is it in your pocket?
No. Here, I got it on my spreadsheet. Here, let's see. You got a different spreadsheet. Let's see if y'all have my spreadsheet here. Okay, what am I looking for right now? I'm looking to validate to you. Johnny, can they see my screen? Okay, this is my portfolio right here. That's good, I got it. You see this Harbor Breeze right here, 104 units? This line right here. Okay, purchase price, $5 million. That property today is worth $15 million. Okay. The cash flow.
Well, you turned down an offer eight months ago for 20.
Yeah, the loan right now is $8.7 million. Okay, what did we pay for it? We paid $4 million for this piece of property. Okay? Did I pay 4 or 5 for it? See, it really doesn't matter what I paid for it because I'm looking at the down payment. Okay? So I paid, it was $4 million, 104 units. I remember that. So 5. Yeah, they wanted $6 million for it. I paid $5 million for it. I knew I was stealing it. I was stealing it at $6 million. Don't worry about it. $5 million. I paid $50,000 a unit. The rents were $800. Okay? And Jared put $150,000 down. The first refinance, I got him 90 grand back. He now has 60,000 in the property. 2 years later, we washed the property, cleaned it, planted some palm trees, got the right tenants in, renamed it, labeled it, took care of the tenants there. It's 104 units. What did you get the second time?
400.
He got $400,000 back next time. By the way, he only had 60,000 left in the deal. He is now positive $340,000. And he still owns the same percentage in the real estate. What is the cash flow for you now?
About $1,800 a month.
Yeah, and you'll see right here, the cash flow on this property today. Now imagine, that's what Jared got. Imagine what I got. This property still cash flows $652,000 a year above all the expenses, all the problems, all the headaches, all the bullshit, all the bed bugs, all the evictions, all the shit. I still make $652,000. That is $50,000 a month. What do you get a month, Jared?
About $1,800, between $1,800 and $2,200.
Okay. So the deal's a smoker. Guess who the lender is? Okay, Fannie Mae, FNMA. Okay, that's what I'm telling you, folks. If you guys want to take advantage of the biggest, best opportunity of my lifetime, we bought this in, and I'm just showing you to validate. 414. When was 414? It was 4 years. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 4 years after the actual correction from 2008. 2008 and 9, everything bogged out. In 2010, 11, and 12, nobody would buy anything. Everybody was terrified. That's happening right now. It's happening in the kind of real estate that I'm telling you about. It's not happening in storage. It's not a great opportunity in retail. Okay, it's not happening in industrial warehouses, Amazon that is building. The opportunity is happening in two platforms, office and in apartments. And you should not do office because office takes a tremendous amount of money and it does not qualify for the Fannie and Freddie. Nobody wants to lend on office today. So you got to be a big boy or a very, very big girl. You're going to have some freaking big horsepower to do the office. When office is ready, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Now notice this whole portfolio right here, just the first 5 deals. I own 51 properties today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1,100 units. I opened with talking about what if you own 100 units one day, okay? This is my humidor, by the way. Anybody's asking questions about it, I'm going to have a cigar after this, okay? All right, okay. So look, 6 properties. We purchased these 6 properties for $63 million. You're like, oh man, you must have a lot of money. Let me just explain to you that I purchased them for $63 million. The debt on them today, on this $63 million, this is called a refinance opportunity. This is available to every American, every Singaporean, every Mongolian, every Canadian, every Australian, every African, every Nigerian, okay, every New Zealander in the world, black, white, brown, 18 years old, 81 years old. We borrowed $63 million to buy this. Well, man, how can you borrow $63 million? Because I found the real estate. The real estate got the loan. I didn't get the loan. Okay, do you guys understand this? This is number 5, ways to profit from real estate. I didn't get the loan. The real estate got the loan. If these loans went bad today, I would not lose my credit score. Okay, I would not be a bad guy because the loans didn't work, because the loans were given to the LLC. That's why I tell you guys, don't worry about all this legal mumbo jumbo. The lender is going to tell you how to write that contract. Okay, check it out. We owe $108 million today on the real estate. Okay, I got all my money back. Okay, we put, I think on this deal, we put $15 million down on all these deals. Oh my God, that's a lot of money. 15 million. If I had 50 million, I sold my houses and borrowed the money from other people to do it. Okay, I sold everything I had. Everything that I could convert to cash, I did to buy this. This now has a loan today. What are you doing, Jared?
I'm pinning a comment.
$108 million, okay? Where did the $45 million go? It went to me and my investors. Okay, what's the tax event on this? The taxes due on this event are 0. I got a check for $63 million. We still own the real estate. It still cash flows. Okay, I have no money in it. And look at the cash flow from this real estate today. This real estate still pays $7,120,000 in passive income. Okay, you're like, okay, dude, what are you talking to me about right now? Okay, can they see this screen, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
This is what I want you to see. There has to be more than one way to make money when you buy an investment. Warren Buffett says he never buys a stock where there's only one way to make money on the stock. These are the 6 ways. Cash flow, number 1. Okay. You want to improve cash flow over time. If it doesn't cash flow, say no. Number 2, you want it to appreciate in value. The appreciation is tied to the rents. If the rents can go up, the appreciation goes up. This is not like I own a home for $1 million. Or let's say this house that I'm in right now, this beautiful house in Malibu that I'm in right now. The value of this one house here is determined by the value of my neighbor's house, the neighborhood, what they sell for down the street, the economy. Like, it's dependent upon a whole bunch of stuff, okay? California keeps doing stupid stuff. The value of the house could go down, not up. Now, if they did the right things here, got rid of the homeless, got rid of the freaking crime, reduced the taxes, people would flood back in here, jobs would come here, and the value of the property would go up. But not because the rents went up, because I got lucky. And most of you right now, you got lucky in real estate. I don't want to get lucky. I need cash flow. I need appreciation tied to rents. Okay, number 2. Number 3, we should add that, by the way, in the future. 3, depreciation. I want tax write-offs. I got a check for $45 million, and my tax bill was 0. How unfair is that? It is. It's terrible, okay, but it exists. Number 4, you want tax deferment, meaning if I sold these assets right now, this property, by the way, is now worth today. How do you get a $108 million loan? It's got a $250 million valuation. Again, I'm going to my Excel spreadsheet to show you. Oh yeah, you see the value right there? I'm sorry, can they see that line, Johnny? What does that line say? $295 million, okay? The property's worth almost $300 million, somewhere between $250 and $300 million today. I already took $45 million out, and it pays me $7 million a year. Okay, have I lost shit? You're like, shit, these numbers are so big. Okay, let's take it down to 10 units. This is 1,000 units. Take it down to 10 units, you're just gonna have your scale change. Number 5, you want the opportunity to refinance the property if at all possible. Okay, if it can't refinance in the future, don't do the deal. And that's why a lot of these guys are losing their properties right now. The big opportunity right now is because people are financed too much, can't refinance, and that's where you're going to get an opportunity. I'll show you where those deals are. Number 6 way to make money in real estate is to sell it. The worst way is number 6. The biggest mistake I ever made in real estate was not getting started. Second biggest mistake was going too small. Third biggest mistake was buying too few properties. Okay, like I didn't follow it up. I should have stayed in the neighborhood. Number 4 biggest mistake I ever made was selling any of my real estate. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick here on rents. Okay, this is called scaling. Okay, if you guys are loving what you're hearing right now, put a big yes. I love this. I'm giving you $1 billion worth of advice. For those of you who want to know, are there deals in my market? The deals are there, okay? I'm going to show you on CoStar right now. This product right here called CoStar, there are 10,690 properties, not units, for sale, multifamily for sale right now in this country. Almost 11,000, okay? Now, I pay 60 grand a year for that information right there. Every property, all these properties for sale. Okay, if you don't want to pay for that and you like the information you're hearing right now, I want to invite you into our opportunity that in 10 days, 12 days, next two weekends from right now, I'm going to do a 2-day extended version of this. I'm going to go back to my studio, slow all this down so you guys actually understand. Okay, between now and then, I'm going to give you this master class called the Real Estate Masterclass. I'm going to download it to your tablet, your computer, your phone. You own this for a lifetime. You go on GrantCardone.com right now and buy this for 10 grand. I'm going to give it to you right now to get started and reward you for joining this opportunity. I'm also going to send you a cash flow hat. I got 100 of these to give away. I'm going to send you my dictionary so you can actually see the terms and phrases I'm using now that simplifies real estate so you can start buying it, start looking for it. And if you want to take advantage of this, a one-on-one call with my staff. Okay, we only got a couple. I don't want to advertise that number, do I?
GrantCardone.com/now.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give you the phone number until you join the opportunity. GrantCardone.com/now. It's GrantCardone.com/now. GrantCardone.com/now. I'll give you the hat, the masterclass, and the one-on-one call as long as we have calls. And most importantly, what you're really paying for is to spend 2 days with me. You don't have to travel. You don't have to go anyplace. There's going to be 15 people travel to come to this that are going to pay. What are those tickets?
15 grand.
$15,000 for the same, huh? You do? Show them that video, Johnny.
Yeah, let's go, everybody. It's a Real Estate Interactive. Give it up for Grant Cardone.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You're buying real estate to have something that works for you when you can't work.
To be able to be around 12 people that I know have incredible experience.
Coming to the Ballers event, it's better, it's more hands-on.
Getting in the room with Grant, feeling his energy, he's right in front of you.
He's willing to open the door and show us how to change our family's life. The man's real. It's not a game. You can see it in his eyes when you're 4 feet from him.
No matter if you're new, it doesn't matter if you've been in this for 10 years, 20 years. I would always want to learn from someone who knows 10 times more than me.
After I joined this club, it's been a month and I've got my first 20-unit deal under contract, so it's awesome.
And I get the opportunity that I can come here.
Don't worry about it. Okay, good. So you guys, right now, what I'm offering is an opportunity to join me. I'm going to show you some very, very simple strategies for knowing where to buy, when to buy, what to pay, how to underwrite it, where to get the loan for. You guys that aren't serious, how much time do we have, Jared?
About an hour.
Yeah. You guys that aren't serious, you're not serious. I can't make you serious. I can tell you this. I can make you freaking super unbelievable amounts of money if you commit to doing this the right way. Okay, the opportunity is here. The glut of inventory is enormous. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've never been this excited about real estate. I've spent the last 6 days in 4 different cities shopping for real estate. Dallas, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, San Diego, 5, Orange County, and Los Angeles, make it 6 cities, okay? And Phoenix, Arizona, 7. I'm spending tremendous amounts of time, energy, and money shopping these markets because the deals are there. No deals, no money. No commitment, you won't see the deals, okay? Now, when you're looking at deals, I'm going to give you some math, okay? I'm going to give you some math to make $1 million on a deal, all right? $1 million is the target, should be the target. It's got a cash flow. It's got to give you tax deferment. There's got to be an upside. You need to make, and one other ingredient, you need to be able to make $1 million on the score. So remember I gave you the 5 things I need to have in order to buy a piece of real estate. I needed the passive income. I needed the tax write-off. I needed to be able to refinance it in the future. I also want to add one more. I want to be able to make $1 million on any deal. Now, if it's 4 units, what you're looking for is 4 units. It gets more difficult as you go smaller, okay? If you find 4 units, you need to be able to raise the rents $1,250 a month. So you're looking for something that's $1,000 a month. Remember, rents determine values, period, okay? The appraiser does not appraise the property, this property, without knowing what the rents are. He will determine the value of the property, not based on what the guy next door sold for. He will base the value of the property on what the rents are, okay? So if the property's $1,000 a month right now, and you want to increase the value of the property by $1 million, you need to find a property where you can raise the rents $1,250 because they were too low in the first place. And there's tons of these, okay? Let me just tell you, I want to see, you'll see me do this. I'm a practitioner, meaning I don't teach people anything I can't show them, and I'm learning all the time, okay? How many apartments, units in America? Man, I wish I had my damn phone. Or just ChatGPT, okay? Apartment units in America, there are approximately 23 million apartment units in America, okay? Now, how many apartment units in America are 4 units or less? 23 million apartments in the U.S., 39% of them are 2-bedroom units. No, that's not what I want. U.S. needs 4.3 million more apartments by 2035. Jesus. Okay. Okay, let's see. I know where this will be. NMHC multi-handle. This is a great website. I'm going to give you guys a great website. NMHC. You can go there. It's free. Got tremendous great data about real estate there, market trends, rents, how much they are. Deal flow picks up despite.
Are you looking for total multifamily?
Show this screen. Yeah.
43.9 million multifamily residences.
43 million, almost 44 million apartment units in America. We're short 4.3 million, and half of all of the 43 million are 4 units and below, which qualifies for the Fannie Mae that I'm talking to you about. So guys, when you see me out buying 1,000 units, 300 units, 200 units, you don't need to. You can start with 4 units. But I'm just going to give you the math, okay? The math, you find the path through the math, okay? Meaning the target's $1 million profit. If you go to 8 units, you only need to raise the rent $625. Watch how easy it gets. 16 units, you need to raise the rents $312. Okay, now you're going to lose. When you leave this, you can't get your Fannie Mae deal, but I can show you deals that are better than Fannie Mae. The 5% down is not the best deal out there. Or the government, what's the vet deal? There's a 3.5%.
The VA loan.
The VA loan's not the best loan, okay? I know you guys think it's the best loan, but it's not the best loan because the loan is not determined the deal. The deal is the real estate. The loan is the loan, okay? So 32 units. I can also tell you that BlackRock gets the best loans in the country. Greystar, BlackRock, KKR, Servius, Grant Cardone, Cardone Capital. We get way better loans than a Fannie Mae loan, okay? Because the deals are better, okay? 32 units, I need to raise these rents $160 a month. Notice it's getting easier now. 64 units, I only need to raise the rent $79, okay? So I'm going to just do the math here. 64, do this with me. Grab a calculator, your phone if you can find it, okay? 64 times 79 times 12 and divide that by 0.06. And guess what I came up with? $1,011,000 of new profit. The value of the property is determined by the value of the rents. If I can increase the rents, I can increase the value of the property. So I'm going to ask everybody a question here. Is raising the rent $79 easier than raising the rents $1,200? And do you know of any piece of real estate anywhere in the country where I couldn't raise the rent $79 a month? Be hard. Like if it's in a good location, you should be able to raise the rent $79, unless the rents are already too high. Or unless, asterisk, you're in Austin, Texas, with 25,000 units coming on board, or you're in Dallas with 84,000 new units being built in Dallas today, or you're in Nashville, Tennessee, where they built tens of thousands of Airbnb bullshit units, singles and doubles, too many, and paid too much. All that is a glut that's going to end up in bank foreclosure. They're going to end up as repossessions. They're going to end up on places like this where nobody wants them and somebody's going to steal them. Let me see, auctions. Just auctions. Okay. Now I pay 60 grand for this. There's 576 properties at auction today. Here's a 280 unit multifamily deal in Huntsville, Texas. Dude, I could show you 3 groups that I know. 3 groups that own 5,000 units. They're all going back to the banks. Let's just go. Man, look at this office building right here. It makes me, I get sick. I'm like, why am I even spending time with doing this with you guys? Here's a 4 points. I should be out buying real estate. Here's a Hyatt in Chicago and Schaumburg, Illinois. I've stayed in that property. Mm-hmm. It's going to go to auction. Somebody's going to own it. See, the real estate doesn't change. The owners do. Okay. Here's a Holiday Inn in Milwaukee. Bunch of hotels. Let me see if I can get the type. Let's just go to multifamily. This is my little gold mine right here. It'll never let you down. 32 units in Maryland. Wouldn't it be nice to have access to all this data? Look at this, auctions, auctions, auctions. Here's
the main reason a lot of people are asking why they go
128 units in Dayton, Texas going to auction, $2.5 million. Check this out. Divided by 128, it's $19,000 a unit. Okay, if the rents are $800 a month, 800 times 128 times 12, the property is going to make gross income of $1.2 million a year. You're going to get your income every 2 years will pay for the purchase price if this sells at 2.5. You were going to say something, Jared.
No, I was just going to say people are saying why are they going back to the bank, and the problem that happened is that people bought deals, like Grant said, 2019, 2020, 2021. They used short-term debt, which means that in 3 to 5 years, they need to refinance the property and get a new deal. The problem was the rates were so low back then that when they bought the deal, it was profitable, but given the higher rates today, significantly higher, when they get a new loan on it, the property will be underwater and losing money.
So the loans due. They paid too much. They didn't manage the property right. Look, if you pay too much, you pay too much. You can't ever get out of paying too much. And they put too much debt on it. So what happened was this group probably paid $7.5 million for the property. They financed probably $7.5 million. And they looked up and they said, hey, the $7.5 million doesn't work because the interest rate on $7.5 million times 0.095 They're paying $712,000 in principal and interest, and the property only does $1 million. There's not enough money to cover taxes, insurance, evictions, and problems. Okay. Bottom line is they paid too much. I'm going to download this. This has been viewed 48,000 times, by the way. So you know somebody's buying this. Somebody's going to end up owning this piece of property. Now, do you know how to read an offering memorandum? You guys know how to read one of these? Do you have confidence in your ability to read one? Look at this little cute property, dude. Brook Hollow Apartments. Okay, I'm going to go to this. See, I already know this deal doesn't work at $7 million. I do know it works at $2.5 million. Let me see. I'm going to the Performa. I don't know this market, and I would have to know the market to buy it. You can't build this again. Okay, to build this, you need to know what replacement cost is on this. I just know this fits my, how many units was this? What did I say?
I didn't catch it.
I'll get it. Okay, so right now the
37 units maybe?
See, I told you, I went over the math on this deal. I thought it was 128 units.
I just saw, I may have missed it.
See, the expenses on this deal are $1 million. Okay, the expenses are $1 million before the debt. I said I took 128 units times $800 a month. I came up with $1.1 million worth of gross income, but the expenses, and I'm looking at their expenses right now, their total operating expenses were $1 million. Okay. You understand expenses don't include the principal and interest, the mortgage. The mortgage is probably, let's say they borrowed $6 million times 0.085. The interest is $510,000, so they're losing $500,000 a year, and that's why it's going to auction. Nobody wants to lose money anymore. Okay, let me go back to my math here. Okay, remember this 64? The next beat is this, 122 units. This deal fits, by the way. I'm like, dang, dude, if I could buy this deal, 128 units, and raise the rents $41, or just steal the property. Okay, you want to make a note here. It's called the 1% rule. The 1% rule, different than the one drop rule. Okay, the 1% rule suggests that if the real estate per unit, the per unit price on the real estate, if the real estate costs $80,000 per unit, there was 10 units and I bought it for $800,000. The unit price is $80,000 and the rents are $800 or 1%. You're stealing the real estate, okay? It's basically a rule that says if you can buy on the 1% rule, most of the real estate I buy is short of the 1% rule, but if you ever find real estate that is of the 1% rule, in this case, this property, show them this, Johnny, the average rent in that market, this property is $252.5 million is the auction price. It's 128 units. This is going to auction. This will sell. Someone will steal this. How much is that a door? 2.5 million divided by 128 is probably $19,000 a unit. Is that right?
Yeah.
$20,000 a unit. Let's just do that. The rents could be $200 and you're stealing. Now, we know the rents aren't $200, okay? If I look at this comparable summary for rents, not value, in that market, okay, the rents are $1,213 a month. The average rent, man, I feel bad about anybody that left this right now. You guys, if you guys are hearing stuff and you're like, this isn't for me, you are so wrong. This is for you. This is the path out. If you've ever prayed, wished, or hoped for financial freedom, pay attention to what I'm telling you, okay? I'm doing this on my day off. 99% of you will not join me for this opportunity. 1% will, that's cool. The other 99%, I'm pleading with you to pay attention to this. This could change everything for your family. Donald Trump's not going to change it for you. Kamala Harris isn't going to change it for you. Okay, there's going to be a new president in November in this country, and you're going to be left in December, January, February next year. What do I do, dude? You're going to have to start doing what wealthy people do. Wealthy people own assets. These assets always cash flow. They give them tax write-offs. Okay? They don't trade time for money. They trade money for more money to come in for a passive decision. You got to get in this real estate game, folks, okay? So look, I'm just showing you a deal right now. If somebody buys this for $20,000 a door, I'm tempted to go buy it right now, sight unseen, just auction. I'll pay you 2.5. I'll write you a check next week. I know for sure I can't lose money on this deal. These cycles happen, by the way, okay? You understand real estate. Why would they sell? Because they pay too much, okay? These cycles do this, okay? This real estate cycles, by the way, they last a lot longer. The upside lasts a lot longer. Most of them are violent. 1996, 2000, 2008, and 2020, this was like, boom, it happened. It was that long, okay? This was like 4 years long, okay? This was like 5 years long, okay? This was like 90 days. You had 90 days to get in and get out. This next one, 20, what are we in, 24?
Yeah.
Dude, this is going to be like 9 months, maybe a whole year of opportunity because there's so much money. What's different from here, here, and here is there was $11 trillion dumped into the U.S. economy. Okay, that $11 trillion went out in PPP loans around the United States. This is just the U.S. Every country printed money. $11 trillion got dropped off in America. The $11 trillion went to Jerry got some, Johnny got some, I got some, okay? My kid, well, whoever, people got money. And it took a couple years for that money to get back into the marketplace. But understand, when the money got dropped off into the banks, that turned it into $90 trillion, okay? Banks do not keep money. Banks take money and then loan it out to 9 people. For every $1 trillion, there was $9 trillion printed. For every 11 trillion, there was 90 trillion printed. This 90 trillion then went into the marketplace and people bought Mercedes and belts and pants and shirts and shoes and bullshit and vacations and cruises. They bought everything except what they should have bought. Okay? That money is now filtered back into the marketplace. Some of it is lost. A bunch of these institutions had all this money, and so they went and overpaid for real estate. A lot of people did a lot of stupid things. This is the simplification of inflation. Print a bunch of stupid money. Give it to a bunch of stupid people who do a bunch of stupid things with it, and guess what? Everything goes up in price. And that's what creates inflation. If you guys want to keep being stupid like I was in my 30s, okay? Before I was 31, I was doing stupid shit with money. I was trading time for money. I'd get the money and I'd waste it on something, and then one day I woke up and said, I got to quit doing this. I need to convert my money to something valuable. So I'm showing you a deal right here, a random deal, okay? Now I'm studying the marketplace. Inglewood Apartments, down the street from this property, built in 2010, $1,387 a month, $1,299, $961, $1,000, $937, $1,073, $1,050. I don't see any $200 rents in here. Here's Forest Grant Apartments, $635 a month. Now, this is a deal that I found online randomly, one of thousands and thousands of deals, okay? All right. So how are you going to find your deal? Okay, look at the math, okay? You want 4 units, 8 units, 16. Start thinking about the math to $1 million worth of profit, okay? Okay, GC. This is called the GC increased value formula. I'm going to show you a formula.
You want to just show them the calculator?
Well, before I show them the calculator, okay, because not everybody's going to get the calculator, right?
We're going to give it to everybody who enrolls.
Okay, good. But I'm going to show you another way to determine when you buy something, what you need to do in order to get what's called the increased value, okay? Look, if you can't increase the value of the real estate, why buy the real estate? You're not buying it just because the rents. That's cool, but you need it to go up in value so one day you make a score. But more importantly, as it goes up in value, you can go retrieve your money back for your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your mom, your dad, who you went and got the down payments from. Jeff Bezos went to his parents and said, hey, give me $250,000. I need it to build this company. What's the company going to be, Jeff? It's going to be Amazon. And I'm going to sell books to everybody in the world. In fact, people are going to buy their groceries from me one day. And they were like, come on. He couldn't do it without his parents investing. Okay? What's Jeff's dad worth today?
$4 or $5 billion, I think.
His dad gave him $250. He's worth $4 billion. You guys got to figure out how to get the money from investors, which means you need to learn the math.
Oh, I'm sorry. 30 billion.
30 billion. Yeah. Okay. So 250 grand turned into 30 billion. Now, if you guys have Jeff Bezos coming over to you saying, hey, you should invest in my company, you don't need real estate. But if you don't have that, you need me showing you these deals exist. These deals are going to trade for. I'm just showing you these deals right now. They're all over the internet. Here's Crexy with 1,700 units just in Florida. Here's a deal right here for $239,000 a unit. So what do the rents need to be? They need to be $2,300 a month, which they could be, by the way. Okay, they could be big units that are $2,300. This is called the increased value formula. It goes like this: the number of units, most important number in real estate is that, times the rent increase, okay, times the occupancy, 92, 91. If you're in Austin, it's 86. Okay, if you're in Dallas, it's 85 right now. You guys shouldn't be using a 95 because as they add units, the number of units, as they add that, occupancy in the units go down. Times 12 months, everything's done on a 12-month calendar, divided by the cap rate. I'm just giving you guys this, steal this, use this, keep this. This is what is the increased value of the property. Okay, let's do one real quick, okay? Let's say I had, how many units you want to do, Jared? Or let's ask the chat. How many units you guys want to do? I'm going to show you.
How many units you guys want him to do the math on here? How many units? What size deal in order to make $1 million profit?
Give me one of the answers.
This is the math you want to do when you're looking at deals on some of these free sites that Grant's talking about. Is you want to be able to find a deal and immediately do this math. So you need to know what Martin says 10 units. A lot of people saying 10 units.
Okay, 10 units. So let's say we take 10 units. I'm going to put 10 in here. I'm going to put the rent increase. Let's say I get $50. I want to know the increased value because when you're talking to your investors, you're going to be like, dude, all I got to do is raise the rent $50, and this is what happens. Let's say I got a 90% occupancy. Now, why would I use 95? You would not use 95. I'm sorry, you would not use 95 on a 10-unit deal ever. If you came to me and said I got 10 units and you're showing me a vacancy of 5%, I'm going to be like, bro, you can't have 95% vacancy on a 10-unit deal. Why can't you? Because if one person moves out, you're at 90. Right? You're not going to have a half a person move out. You're not going to have a guy like, I'm moving half of me out. I want to half the rent. Okay? So what is this, Jared? Times 12 months.
That is 5,400, I think. 10 times 50 times 0.9. 450 times 12 is 5,400.
5,400. You take the $5,400 and you divide that by, let's say, a 6%.
90 grand.
$90,000. Okay? Now, you're going to go to your investors. You're going to be like, hey, Johnny, man, I got a deal right now, man. I need, let's say you needed $50,000 to buy this deal, or 100. Let's say you needed $100,000 to buy this deal. I need $100,000 to buy this deal. Okay, explain to me. Why is it a good deal? It's 10 units. I'm going to raise the rents $50. 90% of the people are going to pay me. It's going to create $5,400, 6%. It's a $90,000 increase on the value of the property. You mean you're going to give me 100. I'm going to buy this real estate. $50 gets me an increase of 90. Almost 90% return on your money. Johnny, does that sound like a good deal? Yep. See, I'm simplifying the way you guys raise money. Now, I've raised $1.4 billion. That's a bunch of zeros. $1.4 billion because I simplified the way I ask investors to invest with me. Remember what you need on a deal. You need the real estate first. You need the debt second. You need third, the equity, which are your investors, brother, uncle, mother, sister, whatever. You're going to go to other people. Maybe you're going to come to me. Grant, I got this great deal. Tell me why it's a great deal, bro. Grant, I'm buying the property for $20,000 a unit and the rents are $1,000. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'll do that deal. The smarter the investor, the faster they'll see a good deal, okay? Now, let me show you another way to do this. How do I do that, Jared? Do you have it in here?
Yeah, it's in one of the tabs up there.
Okay, let's see here. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, watch this. We created a calculator. For those of you who joined our opportunity, I'm going to give this to you.
Yep, grantcardone.com/now.
grantcardone.com/now, grantcardone.com/now. So I'm going to put in here, let's say you were stumbling around this weekend and you found 48 units. And you happen to be in Vista, California, and you're like, dude, these rents should be $112 a month more than they are right now. Okay, I'm going to put the 112 in there.
Are you showing this? Okay, great.
Okay, and I'm going to say that the occupancy in that particular property, because I know that property, has never been less than 93.5%. You don't need to be good at math anymore. And this market has never traded for less than a 5 cap in the last 12 years. How much did I make?
967,000 is what I'm seeing here.
I see $1.1 million.
Oh, I got a delay.
Okay, so I have a $1.2 million increase in the value of the property. Now watch. Hey, what if I could change the rents by $250? I make $2.6 million increase, okay? Can you pull up Cedarwood? I want to know what the rents are right now. Let's say the rents go up $450. I make $4.8 million. Oh, by the way, how many of you think the rents will be $450 higher one day in the future? Okay. What if the rents go up $1,000 more than they are right now? I make $10 million. Do I have your full attention now? Will the rents, those rents are $2,500 right
It's
now?
Cedarwood, 2,200
They're $2,200.
for a
okay?
1-bedroom, yeah.
Okay. Here's the property right here. This is a property I bought 25 years ago. It's still there, still the same color, still the same location, just different renters and a different owner, okay? How many of you believe these rents today are $2,300 in Vista, California? How many believe these rents will be one day, somewhere in the future, throw it in the chat, how many think these rents will be $3,300 one day? The average price of a home, okay, let me just give you some statistics on homes in America. The average price of a home in America is $440,000. If you finance $440,000 times 0.0825 divided by 12, the average mortgage in America is $3,000 today on a $440,000 house. The average price of a home in California is $830,000. Okay, the average mortgage in California, where this property is, times 0.0, you have to put $160,000 down. You're going to finance $670,000 times 0.0825. Divided by 12. The average rent in Vista, the average mortgage in Vista, California is $4,600 a month. $4,600 is the average mortgage. Why do I want to know that? Because that's how much my rents can go up. Okay, so help me out in the chat. Johnny, my chat's not open. I want to know, do you guys think the rents at that property between now and 2034 will go up by at least $1,000. They'll go from $2,300, is that what they are now?
Yeah.
To $3,300. Put in the chat if you think the rents on this property will be, across the portfolio, across the units, $1,000 higher than they are right now. Saria says yes.
Yes. Caroline says yes. Joseph says yes. Sean, absolutely. Helen from Montana, yes. Easy. Chrissy, yes. Rents will go up. Tracy, yes. Rents will go up. Angelique, yes. Maga Kim, yes. Asian dude, who's renting in those neighborhoods. Ormond Beach,
Blue
yes.
collar construction workers, and you need to know. Look at all the yeses. Mm-hmm. Now, so if you guys say that the units are going to go up, remember what we have here, 48 units. The rent increase is $1,000. Just do the math. I mean, if you want to do it on a piece of paper, good. If you want to join our opportunity, I'm going to give you the instant value calculator. I'm also going to give you a couple of other tools for taking advantage of this, including a phone call with our staff. Where are you right now? What marketplace are you trying to buy in? Do you have credit? Do you have any money? Do you have investors? Do you know what NOI is? Do you know how to underwrite a deal? My team is going to get on the phone with you and tell you, while you're listening to the 16 hours, what to start paying attention to. Your only job, for those of you that went to grantcardone.com/now, by the way, a lot of people took advantage of this stupid, ridiculous, crazy offer. For $297, okay, I'm going to give you this $10,000 course to start on today. You keep it for life. In 2 weeks from now, I'm going to go to my studio in Miami, and I'm going to spend 2 full days with you going over how to find a deal, fund a deal, and raise money for it. This is not complicated, folks. You do not need a degree. Give me 14 days, and I'll teach you enough, show you enough, so you can find a deal, so you can pay for all your kids' education forever out of passive income. Pay for your kids' education, only to find out your kids really didn't need that education. They just need to keep buying real estate the way you're buying it.
Yeah, another thing that I saw in here is people were asking about guarantee. There is a 100% money back guarantee on this. So for whatever reason, you come to the event for the 2 days, you get through the whole thing, and you feel like it wasn't worth it, we'll give you 100% refund of your money.
And you can keep the masterclass.
No questions asked.
And you can keep the strategy one-on-one call. And you can keep the dictionary. I don't care. I want to find people that want to do better in the game. Okay. I want to find more people to buy real estate like me so that Blackstone and BlackRock and Starwood and KKR and Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan aren't the only property owners in America. There's no reason you can't be the next Donald Brennan. You can't be the next, what was my buddy's name with the crazy voice?
Sam Zell.
Sam Zell. There's no reason you can't be the next Fred Trump. There's no reason you can't be the next Hilton. There's no reason you can't be the next Grant Cardone, okay? Buy real estate, folks. Buy the right real estate in the right market at the right time, at the right price, during a correction, and you're almost certain to make a lot of money. I just showed you how this one deal, okay, that one deal could make you $10 million. When is it going to happen? I don't know. 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. The rents are going to go up. When the rents go to $3,300, somebody's going to make $10 million on that deal. Okay. I'm going to show you my first deal. I'm going to show you what it was and what was wrong with it. 1986. Do I even need to do this? 1986. No. Do I want to show them that deal? Here's a deal. Okay, here's the deal right now. Let me just show you some validation here. This deal right now I bought for $78,000. If I go to Zillow today, another great ad, a place to find real estate, what real estate is worth, what home values are, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put in 1117 Sheffield. I don't think I need to do this.
It's up there. It's already in there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Zillow.
Zillow. There it is. Okay, you see this right here? This deal right here? Look at this. 3 bedroom, 2 baths. Still there. I bought this 30 years ago. Today, the value of the property is $620,000. Okay, look, I put $3,000 down. I bought this with $3,000. $3,000. If I take $620,000 and divide by $3,000, I made 206x on my money. Plus, I got the rent. Okay, there's only been 2 owners of this piece of property in the last 25 years since I bought it. Only 2 people have owned this property. The rents in this neighborhood today is rents, where's your rents? $2,927 a month. Okay, now why am I showing you that right now? Johnny, they see this? This is a real deal in a real market that I bought. The rents were $600 when I bought it, okay? The rents are now $2,900. I just showed you a deal in Cedarwood, California, and that deal was $2,300 a month, and I said one day they're going to be $3,300, okay? That's in California. So pick a market, focus on what? How many units? Can I increase the value? And you guys saw this. By the way, congratulations to everybody that took advantage of grantcardone.com/now, grantcardone.com/now, because that's where I'm going to give you our increased value calculator that looks like this. Okay, remember the 48 units? Let's say those 48 units. Let's say the market rent today is $1,000, and in the future I want to know, maybe I paid cash for them. Maybe you went to a bunch of investors and said, hey, I want to raise $10 million to buy this deal. Okay, I've raised $1.4 billion. I raised $400 million this year, $400 million this year. We paid cash for everything. Okay, I didn't put loans on it. I borrowed the money. There's plenty of money out there. I borrowed it from investors, put a joint partnership together. We'll talk about that in 2 weeks, how to do that, how you could do that, okay? You can't do it without the real estate. In the future, I'm going to tell my investors, hey, the rents are going to go up. Oh, that's my instant underwriter calculator. I want to go to the, I'm going to, there. 48 units, the rents go up $1,000. I'm going to have a 93.5% occupancy. Is going to trade. I made $10 million. We put $10 million in and got $20 million out. Okay, and they see the calculator. That's real. Now let me show you another calculator. Jared, let's give the underwriting calculator to them. This is traditionally, okay. I'm going to give everybody that took advantage of grantcardone.com/now, I'm going to give you this other underwriter. This is a traditional underwriting calculator.
And this is to determine what the deal should be.
What you should be paying for the deal today. There's 2 calculators. One, what you should be offering today. Number 2, what's the upside in the future? Okay, the upside is what I'm looking at, always. Now, I need to make an offer to get Jared to sell me his real estate. Remember that deal that was in the auction? Let's see if I still have that deal here to use as an example. Or maybe somebody in the room, maybe somebody, Jared, has a deal they're working on, and I can tell them what they should pay for it. Yeah. So here's the deal. Yeah, if you can find that, let me know. Okay.
They just got to give us all that data.
Yeah, that would be hard. Okay. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna go to. Man, I could spend.
And guys, we're gonna do some Q&A at the end. So I know a lot of you guys are asking questions. When we finish up,
stay around. We'll do
probably like 30 minutes. We're gonna go into Q&A. I know he said 90 minutes, but when you get him started,
give me a city.
It's just hard.
Let me go to Aurora, California. That's been in the news.
Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado. Properties for sale. There'll be more for sale, by the way. Some of that property is going to the cats and dogs. Y'all didn't get my joke, huh?
I got it.
Okay. Okay. Here's 48 units in Aurora, Colorado. It's going to go to auction for $2.4 million. And guys, you guys are getting some game today. This is crazy. Okay. Now I'm going to try to figure out, Johnny, do they see this on my computer? I'm going to try to figure out what I want to pay for this property. I need 2 pieces of data. How many units it is. Okay, and I need the rents in, let me just put this address. See, watch this, how simple this is. Now, you guys just need to know what I know, right? You don't know what you don't know, okay? You got to know where to look, where to go, the starting point, free apps out there that are available. Okay, and let's see. We have rents on this property. $2.4 million is the offering price. This data is all over the internet, by the way. You don't ever have to pay anything. If you want the great data, you'll have to pay something, but you don't really. Oh, this is offered at land? This is land? I don't want land. Okay, let me see. What's the name of that? No, I don't want land. I want this deal right about there. Okay, no, that's 49 units, okay? So this price, what should I pay for this deal? Jerry, can you pull up, just look for me on another search, what the rents are at 14383 East Evans.
Where is it at?
Now, you guys read
What city?
It's in Aurora, Colorado. 14383 East Evans.
$1,800 a month.
I mean, this is a steal. I already know it's a steal. I don't even need any other data. I'm like, okay.
This might not be the right deal, actually. This is at 1438 East Evans Avenue, Aurora, Colorado.
Again, guys, I didn't prep for this. I'm just doing this.
This is a newer one. Is it a newer
20
deal?
minutes from Denver International Airport. Let me see. Let me have a phone. You got a phone? Let me call this guy right now. This is the other thing we do for our club members and our mentoring. Okay. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. This is how you build your network too. 303-841.
Average market rents in Aurora right now are
Yeah.
$1,500 a month.
Good. So we're going to go underwrite our deal. Let me see if he answers. He won't. The number's ends in 0, so this is his office. Here's another number. Trevi. Okay. What a punk. Most of these guys don't answer their phone. They don't work on the weekends. People that want to get wealthy work on the weekends, and people that don't just don't. That's why America is basically a country of slaves. Still today. And I'm being generous. You want to create wealth, you're going to have to work weekends. This is what I did on my weekends.
Speakerphone?
I look for deals. Yeah, speakerphone. cell numbers are on here, by the way. Instant Network. All I got to do is know where to go. I got Nick's number, I got Mitch's number, and I got Trevi commercial. But again, these people don't work. So I'll leave a message with this guy. Now, I'm going to go back. What's the name of this deal? The East Evans, in case he calls me back, okay? And I'm going to tell you what the offer should be on this. How much are the rents, Jared?
It says market rents are $1,500 in Aurora.
Hi, you've reached Nick Beach with Treaty Commercial. I'm sorry I'm unable to get to my phone at the moment. However, your message is very important to me, so please...
Not important enough for you to answer. Hey, Nick, can you give me a call back? This is Grant Cardone. I'm calling about your Aurora, Colorado deal that's an auction. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Thanks. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to show you guys how to underwrite this with our underwriting tool. How many units was it, Jared? Did y'all see it?
I couldn't find it. You gave me the address. I couldn't find it. I didn't have the right address.
Okay, it's 49 units. How much are the rents?
$1,500.
49 units, $1,500 a month. I'm going to figure 88% occupancy because there's a lot of product coming on. And I'm going to go, because of that damn cats and dogs story recently, okay?
There might be an opportunity.
There might be an opportunity. So I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to offer $11 million on the deal. You're like, I don't have $11 million. I don't know where to get a loan. Do not worry about any of that. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. If you guys start worrying about the money, the debt, all that, do not. Stop it. Knock it off. The money and the debt follow the deal. You have your sequence is incorrect, okay? Your sequence. Now, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to actually show you me getting deals. I've tied up deals in our trainings. Massive deals. $80 million deals. I tied up a deal yesterday in Melbourne, Florida. Name of that deal is Integra. I did this yesterday. Station in Melbourne. I knew what to underwrite this deal for and what I had to offer, okay? I got in the game with them. Look at this. Look at this beautiful property. Brand new product. Okay, it's in a new market that's expanding. You can't even see it because it's so brand new. Point is, I knew what to offer these people in Melbourne. Why? I know the Melbourne market. I know what the rents are. I know what the occupancy is. I knew what price to pay on the property to get the deal tied up. So it goes like this. This is your deal sequence, the order, the sequence in which you want to offer, okay? First, you find a deal. I found the deal at auction. Okay, now I'm interested, okay? First thing I do is find a deal. You know what I mean by a deal? I don't know if it's a deal yet. A deal, it's not a deal until it's a deal. I found a piece of property that I'm interested in, okay? Number 2, I call the broker. Okay, 3, I underwrite the deal. The underwriting happens after you write the deal or as I'm making the phone call. So this guy, Nick's gonna call me back right now. See what I did? What you guys do is you do it backwards. You find a deal and you worry and you never do anything, okay? I find a deal, I'm like, dude, that's an auction. That deal's that much money, it's only 49 units. Oh, I know what I have to do. I only have to raise the rents. If I go back to my cheat sheet, if I raise the rents 49 times $100 times 12 divided by 0.06, I make $980,000. All I got to do is raise the rents. How much? $100? Yeah, I need to raise the rents $100, okay? So depending on what I pay for the unit, I go into my underwriter. Man, I wish everybody just paid attention to this. And 49 units. Okay, the rents are, Jared, you said $1,500 a month?
That's
what
market,
they are now?
yeah, average market, yeah.
Okay, let's say I got no other income. I'm not going to put other income because if they're eating dogs and cats over there, you're probably not going to get other income. Everybody's living on the cheap. Let's say I have 85% occupancy. You could go that low. Then I should offer them I got 40% expenses on the property, maybe 35. It's a smaller deal, okay? And I'm going to trade for an 8 cap because the bad news. I'm going to offer the guy $6 million. Once I get to the $6 million mark, I'm going to divide by 49 units. It's $122,000 a unit. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. Why? Because it fits the 1% rule. That is the sequence. Find a deal, make a call, underwrite the deal, ready to make an LOI. An LOI is a letter of intent, okay? The letter of intent comes right out of our resource book, okay? This resource book right here tells me exactly how to write up my letter of intent so that I can make an offer in order to get to this next piece, which is the purchase and sale agreement. The purchase and sale agreement is not the LOI. It would go this order, okay? LOI, once I get an agreement, negotiate the terms, then I get a purchase and sale agreement. At this point, I still don't have an LLC. There is no reason for you guys to go hire a lawyer or anyone for that fact when I have all this data to give to you, okay? When do they get, who gets this, Jared?
Anybody who takes advantage of the
Everybody that
opportunity.
took advantage, by the way, of this offer, okay? I'm going to give you our resource book. This is 240 pages of leasing agreements, purchase and sale agreements, LOIs,
Due diligence checklist, list of top brokers.
lease contracts, make-ready checklist, contract addendums, everything that you're going to need, almost everything you're going to need, notice of intent to vacate, eviction notification, hurricane notice, crime notice, make-ready status, loan package, due diligence, everything you need that I've done and benefited from. I'm a practitioner. When we find out a new strategy, something that's working for us, an LOI or purchase and sale agreement, we copy it, put it in a book, and make it available to you. So congratulations to everybody that took advantage of grantcardone.com/now. I'm giving you this. This is on our website, by the way, for $2,500. You can go there and buy it, or I'll give it to you for free today, okay? Also, I'm going to give everybody that took advantage of this the home study manual. Since I'm over here right now, Jared, let me just show you what I'm giving everybody today. Instant value calculator, okay? That's online. I'm going to drop it on your phone. You own it for life. I'm going to give you the instant underwriting calculator. This is what you're going to use on your investors. Hey, this is what's going to increase the value of the property. This is how we underwrite the deal for the LOI, okay? This is an instant value calculator. You keep this. By the way, Jared said you have a money back guarantee. If you're not happy with it, keep it. It's my gift to you, dude. Great. Okay, we have a lot of fun. We buy some real estate together. You'll be able to say on September 14th, Grant Cardone changed my life. We're good, okay? I'm giving you all this, by the way, for $297 with a 100% money back guarantee that if you're not happy at the end of the event that I'm going to do in 2 weeks, live, 2 days with you, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your brothers, your sisters, get them all together in a house, man. Come spend 2 days with me, and I will show you how to make $1 million on one real estate deal, okay? I'm going to give you a free coaching call. I think we have 12 of these left right now, Jared.
That's
signaling me.
Yeah, that's actually the coaching calls that happen between now and the event.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the one-on-one strategy call. We have 12 of those left. When those are out, those are out. I just don't have enough people to do that. I'm going to give you that for the next 12. And in between now, today, while you're listening to the masterclass, where's my masterclass? Okay, this 16 hours. Now, you guys think what you're listening to right now is one thing. What you're going to listen to when you go through this, you get to stop it. Like a lot of you asking, is this recorded? This is recorded. Stop it, rewind it, play it again. This is an educational piece. This is going to actually show you, I'm walking through deals, big deals, with 110 extremely intelligent investors. And you can stop it, replay it, rewind it. You keep that for life. And in between now and then, after the strategy call, if you're able to take advantage of the strategy call today, do that. Then each week, we're going to make you part of our mentoring call where we can answer your questions.
And that's the built-in network. There's literally 2,800 members in that group that you'll have access to.
Okay. And, okay, once you guys get through the masterclass, pass the masterclass, get through it, I am then going to download you an introduction to buying apartments. This is about 15 hours of content. Where to start, where to look, what to do, what not to do. These are my basic rules of investing in real estate. All this material, by the way, is me. It's not one of our coaches. It's not somebody else. It's me delivering the information to you, even talking about the markets you should be in. So remember what our job is. By the way, that's at grantcardone.com/now, grantcardone.com/now, grantcardone.com/now. You can take advantage of that. We'll close this off here in about 30 minutes. I'm going to open up some questions, some Q&A right now. You get the instant value calculator, the underwriting calculator, the home study manual, the resource book, the introduction to buying apartments and the master class with the strategy call for the next 8 people now and the dictionary. And if all that wasn't enough, we'll give you a 100% money back guarantee. And I want to do one other thing. I want to make this stupid, okay? Okay, it does include my cash flow and one other thing. When you take advantage of this right now, okay, in the next 29 minutes, I'm also going to give you a credit at my store of $297. You can apply it to anything that we do at our store. For instance, I'm getting ready to do a wealth conference in October 9th and 10th in Miami. If you want to apply that $297 to that, you can. I'm doing a big conference, the 10X Growth Conference, next year, early next year. You can apply it to that. You want to apply it to a hoodie, to hats, anything that I do, my sales workshops, my coaching workshops, our money workshops, our finance, anything that you want to apply it to, you're going to put $297 on your card. I'm going to give you a credit at my store for 100% of the $297. And if you're not happy 2 weeks from now, for whatever reason, okay, then I'm going to refund you the $297. I'm going to take my store credit back, obviously, because you didn't pay, and you will still have benefited from some of the materials that we gave you, okay? So take advantage of that. Take advantage of this opportunity, folks. Not just the opportunity I'm offering you, but the opportunity that is being provided to you in the marketplace by the economy. The Fed has screwed up interest rates in this country. They went from 2% to 7.5%. And now they're going to go back down again. As they go back down again, it is going to create the biggest opportunity of your lifetime. Check this out. This is math that I did this morning, okay? What was the number I gave you this morning about every time the rate goes down 0.5 point? There's 0.5 point. What was it?
On 100 grand.
100.
On 100 grand.
Yeah. So watch. If the property has an NOI, this is a very important term in real estate. If you're confused about what that is, then you lack one of the 5 things already. What are the 5 things you need to buy real estate? Let's see who knows the right answer. I'm going to give $100 to whoever knows the right answer. This is my $100. This isn't the team, by the way. I'm going to give you $100 the next time I see you in public. Okay, if I ever run into you in public, I'm going to give you $100 if you win this. This is for fun, right? What is
the 5 steps?
Yeah, what are the 5 things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody get it? See, if you don't know, you don't know. Okay, it could be a lag.
There is. Slight lag.
Okay,
coming through.
You've had plenty of time now. You got to have the deal. You got to have debt. You got to have the equity. You got to have a network, and you got to have confidence. Okay, so if you don't have the confidence, hey, what is NOI? If you don't know, you don't know. Just admit it, folks. If you don't know, you don't know. Like if you don't know immediately what NOI is, gross income less the expenses is the NOI. Now let me ask you another question. For all you real smart people out there, okay? By the way, congratulations to everybody who took advantage of this stupid offer, okay? It is absolutely ridiculous and stupid opportunity that we gave you today. Take advantage of this unbelievable opportunity in real estate correction right now, okay? The NOI, if the NOI goes down, the value of the property goes down, okay? How do you figure NOI? You figure NOI by what? Gross income, not projected income. Gross income less expenses equals the NOI, okay? Now, let me ask you this. Where does principal and interest go in this formula? Here's the deal. If you don't know, you don't know. If you're not sure, you're not sure. By the way, if you're not sure, you don't know. And if you don't know and you're not sure, you're not going to do anything with what I know to be, for sure, 100%, I am telling you the greatest real estate correction in your entire lifetime. This window will open up. We're in September, October, November, December. Boom. You're going to see probably $300 or $400 billion worth of deals before the end of the year. Next year is going to be enormous. It's probably going to be somewhere in the triple that, maybe $1 trillion worth of activity next year that has never happened in the history of real estate in America, ever. And you guys are in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, you're in the Emirates, you're in Singapore, you're in Malaysia, you're in Sydney, Australia, you're in Canada. You guys should be looking one place right now for real estate, right here in America. From California to Miami, Miami up to Boston, Boston to Chicago, Chicago over to Denver, up into Portland. This entire country is going to go on sale. I'm pleading with you. Pay attention to what's happening in this marketplace, okay? This is happening for real right now. It could be a single family home like I bought in 1986 for $78,000. It could be the place down the street that I bought at 5422 Brayburn. Do they see these, Johnny? Okay. Huh? I paid $92,000 for this. I put no money down. I made $30,000. Should have never sold it. That house is worth $2 million today. Should have never sold this house. This house right now today rents for, let me just go here. This is the beauty of real estate. People say, why do you always take time to show it on your computer? To show you guys what I'm telling you is real. This isn't some hype guy coming into you trying to sell you a product and not validating it. If you want to know if something's real, say, show me, Grant. Good. 5422 rents for $2,778 today. And I'll bet you that that Zillow is incorrect. I'll bet you this house today rents for $6,000 a month. Okay. I know this neighborhood. See, I know what I know, and you're not quite sure about what you know. And that is the difference, by the way, if you're taking notes, between big money and wannabe money. I know for sure. So if you tell me this house rents for $3,000, I'm like, bro, I'll bet you right now. First of all, I'll bet you this isn't a 3-bedroom house anymore. You know, I'll bet you $1 million that this is not a 3-bedroom house. I'll bet you another $1 million. I'm not in the house, hadn't been in the house, okay, today. I'll bet you another $1 million it's not 1,886 square feet. I'll bet you another $1 million it's not $1.5 million because I own this house. Okay? The payment on this house is $10,000 a month. The rent on it's going to be about $8,000, $6,500 to $8,000. You're probably going to rent it to a doctor because of its location. Okay? I'm telling you that because you don't know what you don't know. And let me just suggest to all of you, you are paying millions. Okay, I offered this to you for $297 at grantcardone.com/now, and then gave you a store credit and then said, hey man, I'll give you your money back in 2 weeks. You know why I'm so confident? Sounds too good to be true? Guess what? I know what I know, and I know you don't know what I know, but I do know that you need to know what I know about this real estate opportunity. How could you know it? Nobody taught you this. They're not talking about this on CNBC. They're not talking about this on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. They're not talking about this on X or Instagram. They're not talking about it on Facebook. Your friends aren't talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest real estate correction in the history of the United States of America is taking place right now. Okay? Now, here's 10 or 11 unbreakable rules that I want you to know about. Things that you think you know that you may not, but you need to know so that you don't violate the most important things in real estate. Number one, never compromise your location. The single most important thing in real estate is the deal's location. The property's location can never be changed. If you're taking notes, by the way, all this information, guys, like if you feel like you're getting value right now, just put in, what value do you think you're getting out of this free event that I'm sharing with you right now? Because I just want you guys to stop me in the streets. I literally cannot. I'm in Malibu. I went to last night, my daughter and I, 10:30 at night. I said, let's go to Ralph's and get some waffles. Go get me the waffles out of the freezer, Johnny, just to show them that I'm telling the truth. Open the freezer there and there. Open the ones that are open too, Johnny. I might have some more. I'm feeling like waffles. I said, let's go to a waffle place. My daughter's 15 years old. She doesn't have a license. I said, you're driving. I'm going to teach her how to drive, okay? I'm not going to wait for her to learn how to drive to think she can drive. She can drive, okay? If we get stopped, I say, look, you tell him daddy's having a heart attack. Whatever, you got to bring me to the Ralph's for me to get my last set of waffles, okay? I'm joking, but my point is you can only learn through doing, okay? Bang, there's my waffles. Opened up, I ate 2 of them, okay? And they were delicious, worth the trip. But I'm in Waffles at 10:30 at night. One guy walks up to me. Man, I'm a big fan, man. I love your real estate stuff. It helped me get started. I'm literally walked to grab the waffle aisle, right? And to get some butter. And another person walks up. My God, man, thank you so much for helping me. That's all I want you guys to do with this information. I want to know that I had something to do with helping somebody else. Because when I was 28 years old, nobody helped me. Nobody was showing me the way. Nobody showed me the path. Nobody showed me the math. Nobody, like, getting help from anybody when I was growing up about anything was impossible unless you were in a country club or you were somehow connected. So I want to share these unbreakable real estate rules with you. Number one, never compromise your location, ever. Number two, use the 1% rule as a guide. You remember the deal that I found right here in this square? I can literally make, it was the 1% rule. My offer was going to be $2.5 million. You remember that from earlier? And Jared said the rents are $12.95 in that market. And I was going to make an offer of $2.5 million on 100 units. I was paying $25,000 a door for something that I'm like, dude, 250 is the 1% rule. If the rents go up to $1,200, that's where my calculator that I'm giving you guys comes into play. When I give you my instant value calculator, you're like, oh, if I actually get that rent, boom, it increases the value from what I paid at the auction and foreclosures. And look, auctions and foreclosures, between today and 14 days from now, I could literally see thousands, tens of thousands of deals starting to end up in foreclosure and with the banks. Now, negotiating a deal out of a foreclosure is completely different, folks. Please do not wait. Don't wait for them to end up in foreclosure or auction, okay? The process gets very sticky and slow the moment the bank gets involved. Also, understand when a bank's getting involved now, they could tell you it's for sale, but it's not really for sale yet because it's going to have to go through this legal process. It could be 6 to 8 months. So a couple of things I want you to know. One, you have a window, 3 months this year, 3 or 4 months of this year left with maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 months of the front of next year. Some of the stuff that you're going to find this year, yeah, that's mine. Some of the stuff that you're going to find, where was it, in my bathroom? Okay. Some of the stuff that you're going to find at the end of the year, this year, October, November, okay,
you
maybe.
Have mine?
Huh?
You have mine? Somewhere
right
you have
there.
mine.
Some of the stuff that you're going to find this year is not going to sell in the first quarter of next year, not even the first half of next year, but toward the end of next year, it will sell. That's why I have my lost deal. This is the other thing I want to give everybody. Let's give everybody this. I'm going to give you my Excel spreadsheet. This is my proprietary information. Is there a way to give them this?
The deal tracker?
Yeah, no, my deals. You know, the spreadsheet I use for all my working deals.
Yeah, the spreadsheet. Yeah. We'll send them the spreadsheet too.
So I'm going to give you guys this. This is what I use. Johnny's going to show it to you. All the deals that I'm working are in here. Okay, my spreadsheet. Okay, call for offers date, city, location, units, in-place rents, year of construction, the price being offered, closing costs, CapEx, total cost, cap rate, LTV, cash. Watch this. I'm going to give you another one called my lost deals. Look how many lost deals I have here over the years.
Crazy, right?
Hundreds and hundreds. Now, you're not going to get the information in my lost deals, but if I'm looking at a deal this year that fits the 1% rule, but it doesn't close this year, but I know it's going to sell. Okay, you understand all this is going to trade. This isn't like a guy that's going to sell his car and decides not to sell his car. All this real estate will be sold, period. None of it will be kept. All of it will be sold. All of it's always sold, okay? 85% of all real estate in America trades hands every 3 to 7 years. And it's going to trade hands because that's the period of the funds. I opened up this today, if you were lucky or smart enough to show up on time. I opened up talking about the institutional glut. Institutions are what you should be looking for. Institutions that are selling. Number 3, units allow you to scale. The more units, the easier it is to make the $1 million. Okay, it's harder to make $1 million on 4 units than it is to make on 40 units. Okay, number 4, it has to be able to support the debt. If it can't support debt, leave it alone. Doesn't mean I need to use debt. Like I could find a deal today. Let's say, does anybody here have like $500,000 sitting around? In the chat, if you have $500,000, or just put how much cash you have sitting around, just dead cash.
In a bank account.
Any bank account, savings account, you maybe got money in a 401k, IRA. How much cash, total cash, if you had to get to it, could you get to? Just throw it in the chat. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, Johnny. 250,000.
Houston.
1 million. 200,000.
Yep.
8,000. 60,000. 270. Okay. 85,000. 250,000. Okay. I'm gonna take the guy that said he had $1 million. Let me see what else. 600,000. Here's one. Number 35 said 600,000. Okay. And watch. This is what I would do with 600,000. I don't know where he's located, but let's say I found a deal, and the deal was 600,000. Okay, let me show you. Hear me out here. You guys that are sitting on cash, or grantcardone.com/now. Somebody's asking, where's this information? grantcardone.com/now. If you missed anything previously, when you go to grantcardone.com/now, I'm going to give you 32 hours of recorded content. Basics of buying and the mastery, okay? The real estate masterclass. I'm going to give you 32 hours. So let's say this gentleman 3B has $600,000 cash. Or we got Bree guy with $1,000, okay? Bree guy. Or we got, I got 500 grand. HD1 has 400 grand. Central has 9,000. Look at this. Tony has 400. Annette has 2,000.
Christian Vega has 2.5 million.
Yeah. REI Boss Man 4.3 million.
Today is 200,000.
New York City has 1.3 million.
T Money 45K.
Brother Daniel 10,000.
Let's see. Sam has 10,000.
Yeah, you guys are like, oh man, look at all the money in here. Exactly. Look at all the money in here. Now let's say one person had 600 grand. I would find a piece of real estate that I could pay 600 grand for that cash flowed at $42,000 a year and could have another and had some upside, let's say 600,000. Let's say these are 60 units, okay? And it's cash flow is $42,000 a year right now. But I knew these 60 units could have a $200 rent increase. Watch this. You pay cash, no loan. Don't even worry about a loan. You're like, I got money, but I don't have good credit. Okay, you don't need to fix your credit. You need to fix your assets. 600,000. 60 units times $200 times 12. It's $144,000 in new income if I did my math right. 60 units times 200 times 12. Okay? Yeah, it's $144,000. Watch this. I paid $600,000 for it. That's what I paid. We wrote a check. Bang, it's done. No debt. Okay? The NOI on the deal is $42,000. $42,000 is the NOI. NOI is based on the cash flow. The cash flow of the deal if I paid cash. Okay, I went and increased the rents, $144,000. Now the property earns $186,000. I keep it for 1 year.
So that's the 144 plus the 42.
Yeah, the 144 plus the 42 is 186. That's my new NOI. I'm going to go to the bank and say, hey, I have a piece of property, 60 units here. They're not looking at you for a loan. They're not looking at you to lend you money. They're lending this property money. Okay, I'm out of the loop here. They don't judge me.
And that's why your credit doesn't matter, because the bank looks at the apartment deal like a business.
It is a business. What are you talking about? It produces $186,000. It's been proven to do that. What they're going to ask you for is a thing called, and you either know or you don't know. What are they going to ask you for right here? They're going to ask you for a trailing 12, or they're going to ask you for a trailing 3. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to ask you for a trailing 3. If my trailing 3 and trailing 12 expenses supports this number, and I'm anywhere in Florida or Texas or Colorado or Tennessee or North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, they're going to give me a 6.5 yield, and they're going to lend me 186. They're going to lend me $3.1 million on this asset.
Jeez.
Okay? That's the loan that deal can support. Okay? You're going to be like, what just happened, man? You said, hey, man, I own this property. You want to refinance this property, Mr. JB? No, I don't want to refinance it. I paid for it in cash. Oh, my God, really? Yeah, I don't need a loan, dude. I don't need a refinance. I'm not in trouble. I want a new loan, okay? I'm going to take this based on this number right here. The bank is going to give me a loan. Let me see if I did this math right. I'm checking myself. Nothing wrong with checking yourself, by the way. If you're not sure, you're not sure. It's 186. 186 times divided by 0.07. I'm going to cut it back. 2.6 million. Let's say it's in a shitty neighborhood. $2.675,000, okay? You're going to go to them and they're going to be like, yeah, we'll give you a loan, Mr. JB. Mr. JB that listened to the GC on a Saturday, okay? They're going to say, hey, we'll give you a loan for $2.6 million. The loan's for $2.6 million. And you're like, nah, dude, I don't think I want to borrow that much money, okay? Let's just do $2 million. You're extremely conservative. What do you owe on it? You don't owe anything. They're going to give you a check for $2 million.
In your name.
In your name, okay? Your 600 grand comes back plus $1.4 million. And guess what? You still own an asset that's worth, well, it's worth more than 2 million.
Yeah, so 2.6.
It's worth more than 2 million. It's probably worth if you take 0.67, divide that by 67%. It's worth $4 million. This piece of property is worth $4 million. And that's how you make money, folks. Oh, I'm sorry. That's how you make money and wealth, okay? Because what you're creating here are assets, about $4 million.
3.8, yeah.
$3.8 million, yeah. So, okay, you're like, how can this be possible? It's too good to be true. This is not too good to be true, folks. This is true, and it's good, and it's happening right now. You just got to know the rules, and you got to know what to look for. The reason you guys haven't done this yet is because your mom and dad didn't tell you to do this. Your mom and dad didn't tell you to do this. Dave Ramsey didn't tell you to do this. Dave said, I own 500 single-family homes. Okay, well, good for you, bro. I could buy 2 buildings that have 500 units in it. It's just a new way to play the game. Number 5, and then we're going to take some questions. Okay. Number 5, you need to look for barriers to entry. I talked about Fargo, North Dakota earlier. It's not great because it doesn't have any barriers. Austin has barriers. Okay. Downtown Dallas has barriers. Los Angeles, California has barriers to entry, not to office, because what do they do with offices? They just keep going up vertical. Okay, with apartment buildings, you can't do that. Number 6, you want to buy below replacement costs. That's why I love the foreclosure activity that's happened. If you've ever joined me for a previous training like this, I wasn't talking about foreclosures and banks coming in and getting involved. That's going to happen, and it's going to be enormous. Number 7, you got to underwrite to your worst case scenario. Okay, what's your best case? What's your worst case? Number 8, if it doesn't cash flow, just don't do the deal, period. I see people come to me every day about deals. They're like, well, it's not cash flowing now. Bro, if it don't cash flow now, I ain't doing it. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Number 9, price is the least important metric. Like, I almost never talk about price. I talk about price per unit more than I talk about the total price. Okay, number 10, you got to know your exits. Those are my unbreakable real estate rules. How are you going to get out? You're going to finance it. You're going to sell it. Let's bring up some live testimonials.
We got some people here who have
because I want you guys to know this is not about me. This is not about, oh, you're Grant Cardone and you know how to do this and you're so fancy and you talk fast and you're slick. No, this has got nothing to do with me. Nobody lent me the money for these deals. The real estate I own today, we just bought this, and get ready to have them up. Okay, I just bought this week at the Edge in Fort Lauderdale. Let's see if that's in the news. Did it make the news yet? It didn't make the news yet.
Jacaranda.
Okay. Look at this. This is Grant Cardone continues buying South Florida. I'm on a South. This is what it says. I'm on a South Florida buying spree. I'm just telling you guys, the deals are out there. I'm not telling you to go do this, and I'm not doing it. I'm not telling you buy gold, but I never show you the gold. Okay, but go buy a bunch of silver, but I don't show you the silver. I'm not telling you I'm buying Bitcoin and can't show you the Bitcoin. I'm telling you I'm buying real estate, and you should be too. And I'm showing you the real estate I'm buying. I'm showing you where I'm buying it, how I'm buying it, and how I'm paying for it. How am I paying for it? With cash. Whose cash? Other people's. I'm raising the money from other people, putting partnerships together so I can create wealth, not just for myself, but for other people. Why am I here with you today? To show you how to do the same thing, because Warren Buffett's not. Nobody is sitting down and showing you. Kamala Harris is going to give you $25,000, but she's not going to tell you how to invest the money. Donald Trump's going to go help his buddies, but he's not going to spend time with you on a Saturday and 2 weeks from now and provide training and support for you. I want to help you. Truly, I want to help you and your family create wealth in this country. Okay, Johnny, let's go.
Let's go to Carlos.
Let's go for some of the
Let's bring up
testimonials.
Carlos. Good. Carlos, what's going on?
Carlos, how you? Hey, brother. Sorry if I had you on hold, man. Thank you so much for making time for us. Hey, just tell me, where did you start with me? Like, how'd you get started with me?
About 8 years ago, just for my construction business to help me grow it. And at the same time, I was doing a lot of flips too. And, you know, I saw your YouTube videos, your information, which is always valuable. And that's when I saw you. And then just been.
So let me ask you, you were doing flips. Explain to everybody what a flip is.
All right. So, and then I'm going to add something to the flip part, because I think people need to know about the time it takes. So a flip is basically you're going to go and search for a property that makes sense, and you could buy it, you could fix it, and then you could sell the property. And what I learned with the flips and the multifamily is that time and effort that you're putting into finding a flip deal, you can put the same time and effort to finding a multifamily property. But the benefit of the multifamily is that once you buy it, the building itself basically manages the whole property. So you don't have to worry about the construction, the tenants, and all the stuff.
And what's the most money you made on a flip? So he'd buy a piece of real estate, sell it to somebody, either wholesale it or sell it to an end user, right?
Yes.
And then what's the most money you ever made on a flip?
About $250,000.
Dude, wow, that's amazing. And then what's your, since you converted to this new methodology, what have you done?
Well, right now I have a little bit over $1 million invested with you, because for me, that's a lot easier. Just gives me more time. But in addition to that, when I joined the club, I was able to really get surrounded by experts, by people that are going to give me the confidence to buy buildings. Now I'm on a contract for buying a 40-unit building. So I'm very excited about that, my first building. So
how big is that deal? What's the total price on that deal?
6.3.
6.3 million. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Dude, that's amazing, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
All right, let's go to Brian Carasilio.
$6 million. He's going to do a deal. Can you imagine, man? My dad was talking to me about buying a house. You need to buy your own home. My mom would tell me that. He's going to end up with a $6 million piece of property that he's paid to keep. Go ahead.
All right, Brian, welcome, man. How you doing?
Good to have you here.
Doing well, doing well. How you doing, Grant?
Good, man. Good to have you. Where are you today?
I am right here in Ocala, Florida, right here in Central Florida.
And then tell me about how much real estate do you own now?
So basically, we've been doing real estate for about 13 years. I've sold several hundred homes that we built, develop, and sell. We wanted to get into some multifamily, so basically we follow a lot of your stuff, and we kind of realized it's hard. We're able to scale much quicker with the multifamily. So using what we've been taught and what you teach, we're getting involved in that. And right now we've got a couple of deals under contract. I'm currently building my first 24-unit apartment complex. I got a 7-unit complex that I already have, and then I actually got a RV park under contract right now at the moment as well.
Dude, so you're doing a build out, you're buying a deal, and you're doing RVs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So why did you make the shift And then what's been the biggest benefit of you being part of this?
Well, I mean, we want to scale. So, and really just multifamily or number of units in general allow us to scale. Even on the RV deal, we're really utilizing what you teach in multifamily to apply to that.
Yeah, totally.
Just the power of, number of units. And if you had to do an individual deal for every individual property, it takes as much as for one property as it does for one that does 24 units.
100%. What cap rate are you paying? I'm just selfish right now because I'm talking to a guy about a bunch of RV pads. What cap rate are you
my
paying?
My RV one's off the charts. I'm going to be at like 13% or 13 on it. Yeah.
After you develop it or before?
Walking in.
Jesus, man. Where are those?
It's going to be even. I'm sorry.
Where are those located?
Between Ocala and Gainesville, so it's here in North Central Florida area.
Wow. And what's your occupancy on those pads?
They're about 90% right now.
Insane.
So, and it's mainly they've went strong into the snowbird, the wintertime, and then my plan is to obviously more of a recreational summertime. So I do believe we can pretty much, there's going to be a little bit of turnover there because obviously we're changing some stuff a little bit, but yeah, I think we're going to be able to get to the 95% for sure.
Dude, that's
fantastic.
And how many pads do you have now?
So I have 40 on the first site. There's going to be 40. There is actually, it's only 50% developed. So there's about 7 acres of undeveloped land that I'm going to add into it. But.
Got it. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. I envy you being in the RVs.
All right. Thanks so much for being here, Brian. Let's go to Majesty. Majesty, you're up.
How you doing? Hello. How's it going, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Uncle G? How are you?
Come on, man. Tell me about your journey investing in real estate.
Yeah, well, I started out wholesaling and flipping and couldn't scale. And, I was checking out your YouTube pretty early on, about 7 years ago. And you always talked about scaling. So, yeah, I used to develop single family as well. And then after the Real Estate King show, I don't know if you remember in Atlanta, I dived all the way into multifamily, man.
Yeah, and what's happened for you? And I do remember, yes.
Yeah. I bought 28 units on seller finance last year. The owner owned it outright, so I worked the deal to where the rehab that I did would be the down payment. So I got that stabilized about 3 months ago, fully occupied. And I also took that lot that we met at with the container home.
Yeah.
And I switched those plans to multifamily, and now I'm building 40 units there. So that's what I did so far. I got 100 units under contract. So just trying to scale up to 1,000.
Dude, that's amazing, bro. I remember when you and I met on that. I didn't know you were coming on today, but I remember that was those little micro movable store. Yeah. And I remember looking at that spot, and I'm like, this is a perfect location to build some new units that are affordable. What would those rents be over there in Nashville?
Well, they're going to be about 1,300 to 1,400. They're one bedrooms, though.
Yeah, that's fine, but they're smaller units, but 1,400. See, yep. And we met how long ago?
That was about a year and a half. Maybe.
Yeah, what's your net worth? What do you think your net worth has changed in that year and a half?
I'd say I'm at least in the single-digit millions on the low end.
Yeah, good for you, man. Proud of you.
I appreciate it, man.
Great to have you here.
All right, let's go to Sean Thompson. Sean Thompson, welcome, man. Good to have you here.
Hey, Sean.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you again, Grant.
Good to see you, buddy.
So I started with you in November of 21. I had some single family houses, and I was doing a lot of my own maintenance, and I was running around like a crazy person. I'm depressed because this is no way to retire, right? Like taking care of all these houses, and they're half hour one way, half hour another, spending weekends working on them and everything. So I listened to one of your Saturday webinars just like this. And I'm like, yeah, if Grant can scale, I can scale. So
that's right.
I came into one of your real estate summits. You offended me when you told me all my houses were trash and to get rid of them. And so you got through to me, man, when you started talking about the difference in valuation on single families where everything was dependent upon the other houses in the neighborhood. And when you told me I could control what things were worth based upon the income with commercial real estate, it's like the light bulb went on, man. You like woke something up in me. I was feeling depressed about where I was at before, and because of what you taught me, I started selling off the single families. And my first deal, you said, go find a 32 unit down the street. Well, I found a 16 unit, and I was able to raise the rents $500. I probably overpaid for the thing, but because I was able to raise the rents over $500 a unit, I created over $1 million worth of value in that property.
Yeah, that's $1.6 million. This is a perfect point for everybody that's watching right now, by the way. Folks, these are just a handful of people that we're sharing with you. Hey, I'm so proud of what you've done, man. I'm so proud. And thank you that you were able to like take the shot in the mouth that I gave you and said, hey, get rid of those single family. You can't make $1.6 million on a single family home, folks. Like, no. If you do, it's going to take 40 years to do it.
Or it's going to have to be a $5 million house.
You completely shifted my mindset, Grant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely
Well,
shifted.
no, but you made the shift. It wasn't me. I was just the messenger, and you made the shift. So well done. Congratulations.
But you gave me the tools. I wouldn't have had the tools otherwise.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe I gave you some support and some help, but you were the one. By the way, everybody took advantage of this opportunity today. You're just like this gentleman right here. He was doing, and the two flippers before, like, you're doing what you know to do. You guys, everybody is doing what they know to do. You have any more?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, really? You guys, everybody's doing what they know to do. You guys were taught to get an education, get a good job, buy a house, settle down, have some kids. I'm showing you another path, which would be get an education, do not buy a house, put all your money in real estate. When the real estate that cash flows, when the real estate's paying you enough cash flow, passive cash flow, and you're getting $3,000, $4,000 a month from your investments, then go buy a house with the $3,000 or $4,000 that you're getting paid from the real estate. Or maybe you don't even buy a house then. You're like, shit, I don't need a house, dude. I'll rent where I live, and I'll just keep buying more real estate that pays me. Go ahead, Jerry.
Thanks so much for being here, Sean. Let's bring up
Great job, Sean.
Sal
That's
and
freaking
Stephanie.
awesome.
Salpetri.
He made $1.6 million on one deal.
Yeah.
He even said, by the way, hey, I overpaid a little bit, but because I was able to raise the rents, he increased the value of the property.
Guys, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, tell me about what happened with you guys.
So just under 3 years ago, my wife was reading a TED tool, and I took it from her, and I started reading it, and I'm like, who is this guy? So I looked up online and ended up in a call just like this. And I'm like, sorry to say, I was like, this can't be true. This guy must be scamming us somehow. But you had a real estate event similar to what you're talking about today, and I was embarrassed to even tell her. So I said, oh, I'm going to some real estate thing. It's no big deal. I was afraid, I was going to put myself in a bad position. And I walked into this room, and you just literally got. I realized I was in the wrong rooms, for many, many years. We've always owned a successful business. I was not thinking big enough. And I went home that day and told my wife, oh, by the way, that real estate thing I went to, well, we just invested in Grant's one of his properties. And she's like, what did you do? And by the way, we joined up for a real estate club for 2 years. So my wife's like, why didn't you tell me? You always get sold everywhere you go. I'm coming now. So she came with me the next day, and the rest is history. We joined your club, and with a group of people in that room, we bought a $20 million property, right? First deal that came out of your club. And we just were getting ready for a refinance, and we just had it appraised for the refinance. We're going through the process. It got appraised for $40 million.
Wow.
And it's changed our lives. It's changed the investors that we brought in on the deal. But yeah, and it's actually, it's it's bled over into other areas of our life. Just the whole 10X, the thinking big. You know, the one thing I can say is just to have the access, like the idea that we in this club and being around you, like people don't realize we have conversations, like to have access to a billionaire and a network of people that are all thinking big, trying to better themselves. Where do you find that? Who's doing that in this world?
Well, thank you guys for joining. It makes me better, and it gives me a network of people to communicate with and work with and see opportunities with. You guys inspire me. Like if anybody here has found me to be inspired, you guys got to understand my inspiration comes from the successes of other people. It doesn't just come, I don't just wake up with inspiration. When I hear other people doing well, like we've seen here today, this is what gets me inspired. When I was growing up, I didn't have any of this around me. I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana, raised by a single mom. There was a lot of drugs where I lived. There was a lot of refinery workers, drugs, alcohol, a lot of long weekends, and a lot of goofy stuff going on. But there wasn't a lot of inspiration. There was nobody inspired about creating wealth and prosperity and abundance and possibility. And so, and I was looking for that. I had that in me. I think everybody has it in them. I think everybody wants to do better, but I just didn't have anybody to help me. And I promised myself when I was like 16 years old, I said, one day if I ever like turn my life around, I'm going to help other people. So for all of you that have come along and allowed me to help you, you have no clue that my reward is way bigger than whatever successes you're having. I truly believe this. It keeps me younger. It keeps me happier. It keeps me with purpose. So I'm really honored and blessed that people allow me to help them. All of you that joined today to take advantage of this opportunity, I'm blessed that you allow me to help you and support you and give to you what I couldn't get, okay? What we went over today was a lot of information in a very short period of time, okay? When you take for all of you that came in and took advantage of this opportunity, and for all of you that decide now is your time to start creating real wealth. Real wealth is created through the accumulation of assets. It is not created because you're good at a job. It's not because you're the best fighter in the game. It's not because you're the hardest worker. It's not because of any of that, okay? You guys understand LeBron will become a billionaire because of his investments. Benham like Beckham will become a billionaire because of his investments, not because of his kicking ability, okay? Mike Tyson lost hundreds of millions of dollars because he didn't invest his money. We know all the people that got the lottery ticket, won the lottery ticket, but they couldn't repeat the lottery ticket. You heard some stories of people today, all mentioned the word scaling. All of them started talking about owning assets, not flipping them. So what we offered all of you today was an opportunity to join me in 2 weeks. How many days is it? 13 days from right now. 13 days from right now. I'm going to do 2 days. We just spent 3 hours with you. Yeah. I said it was going to be 90 minutes. I'm going to spend 2 days with you going over all this in detail with a book, okay? It's going to be a resource book about this thick, and you're going to go in and fill it out. And we're going to slow everything down. We're going to start from the top and walk through deals. You're actually going to underwrite deals. You're going to use the increased value calculator that we already included, okay? We're going to go over the information that I cover in the masterclass. Today, you're going to download this. As soon as you make your decision to create wealth in your lifetime using real estate, you're going to download this immediately. We drop it on your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and you're going to start studying this today. You have 13 days to get through these 16 hours. Give me about an hour a day. I dare you to give me 60 minutes a day. I guarantee you'll listen to more than 60 minutes. And you own this for life. So if I went too fast for you today, the math, you got lost in the math. How did he do that? Okay, all you got to do is stop it, rewind, and play again. People pay $10,000 for this, and I'm giving this to you. I'm also giving you our multifamily dictionary. This was written by me, or the terms, the most important terms you need regarding real estate. Everything from NOIs to ROIs to leverage to loans to bridge loans to short-term loans to amortization to interest only, P&I, all these terms that you hear so loosely thrown around. I'm going to give you that dictionary. And Each week for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to give you an exclusive coaching call, access to a call that we do on Fridays at 3 p.m. This is recorded, by the way, in case you weren't able to be there. We'll give you both of these. All we're doing and we're going to do some of that before we leave here today, some Q&A, is I'm going to be answering Q&As about markets, cap rates, prices, deals, expectations, where to get loans, where to find a broker, how to negotiate a deal, what price to pay. I'm going to give you that for 2 weeks. And then I'm also going to give you a one-on-one call. Can you open up some of these one-on-one calls?
I can.
Or are we overwhelmed?
We can probably do a handful more.
So we're gonna try to get a handful of one-on-one calls. If we can't do them today, how do we do them? If we can't do them all today,
we'll figure it out.
Okay. So Jared, we promise you a one-on-one call before 2 weeks from now when we do our full call. Okay. But we're not going to be able to do you the second you call in, but we will get a one-on-one call with you that'll be priceless. This is a gift. Okay. If you don't get it, it's a gift. I'm just giving it to you. Take advantage of it. Please don't waste their time. If you want to get on with them, you don't have to do it, but it is a gift if you want to just talk to somebody about where you're at, what you're doing. Also, yeah, there you go. Instant Underwriter Calculator. We're going to download it to your phone. You own that for life. We're going to also give you the Instant Value Creation Calculator. If you bought all these separately, you're going to pay tens of thousands of dollars, over $13,000 for it. We're going to do it for a low offer of $297. $297. We're going to hit your credit card for $297 and check it out. But as soon as you hit your card, I'm going to give you a credit at my store for $297. You hit your card for $297. I'm going to hit my store for $297. You're going to have a credit at my store, okay? And in 12, 13 days when we do this 2-day event, if for any reason you're not happy, I'll give you your money back and I'm going to take my store credit back, okay? It's a great opportunity, folks. The biggest opportunity is not the education. It's the confidence, the ability to go out and find a great deal. Know you can go to a lender to get debt. 3, so you can raise the money. In this case, by the way, the guy that put $600,000 down, or $2.6 million, or $26 million. By the way, I just raised $117 million for one deal in 3 weeks. No money, no debt. We found a great deal. Can you show them the edge? Great deal. Found a great deal. Showed it to a bunch of my friends and investors and partners, people in our club. We raised all the money for the deal. We bought an institutional quality asset that's going to pay us 7 or 8% a year, and we're going to double our money on it. Okay? It's beautiful property. Can't build this again. We didn't talk about replacement cost today, but we will be talking about it in 2 weeks. So we're going to do all this for you, folks. We're going to end this I'm going to take 12 minutes of questions, and then we're going to end this offer. GrantCardone.com/now. We will not email you about it. You will not see it on the internet for cheaper. All these products right here, you can't even buy most of this stuff. The Instant Value Calculator, the Underwriting Calculator, our Deal Tracking Check Sheet that I told you I'd give you. Okay, these items, the Home Study Course, the Research Manual. You can buy this for $2,500 on my website right now. You cannot buy this course right here. Okay, this course, the Masterclass, is $10,000. You can buy it at GrantCardone.com. I'm going to give it to you. There's no reason to buy it, okay? The strategy call. You cannot buy the strategy call. I'm giving it to you. The dictionary. I think you can buy the dictionary on Amazon for $300. Amazon sells this for $300, okay? The coaching call. It's private, exclusive. You can't buy it. It's not for sale. I can't tell you what it's worth. I don't know what it's worth. The 2 days you're going to spend with me, okay? I don't know what that's worth. I know what I'm going to bring. I'll bring the value. I'll bring my worksheet. I'll answer your questions. I know this. One deal can change your life. One deal changed my life. And it wasn't my first deal or my second deal. But my first 2 deals got me on track to do my third deal. My third deal made me $3.8 million. One deal made me a multimillionaire. And one deal can make you a multimillionaire. Chris Skinner got involved with us a couple years ago. I want to show, so Chris, great guy, by the way. I've gotten to know Chris. He's gone from 0 deals to having 66 units under contract. I know he bought a deal in St. Petersburg that he's going to make millions of dollars on. Dan Kinder, okay? He had 3 single-family units. I redirected him. Today he has 568 units, okay? Mandy Monson, okay? Mandy started, she had a net worth of about she's grown her net worth $2.8 million she now owns and operates $8 million worth of real estate and working on another deal that would increase it by $2.7 million before the end of the year. Armand Dion, okay? He owns 36 units now. His net worth is $2.5 million. These are real people, okay, all over the country. Jonathan Morfin, he grew from 10 single-family units to 120-unit real estate portfolio. One deal. You only need one deal to make you a millionaire, okay? One deal. This one deal, this is the deal I was talking about earlier. 48 units. I paid $1.9 million. I only put $350,000 down. I borrowed the money from my moms and my brothers and my sisters, anybody that would lend me money, and I sold it for $4.3 million. And guess what? I don't know what that means. And I shouldn't have sold it, okay? I shouldn't have sold it. That property today is worth $20 million. But I didn't know what I didn't know. Go ahead, Jared. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I want to do now is open it up to questions. Okay. I could sit here and spend another 2 days with you. I've already been 3 hours. I think what we do now is open it up to Q&A, Jared. And for those of you who really want to dig deep, you don't want to go alone. I mean, I guess you could. You know, the thing about real estate, and let's open up some questions, Jared.
Yeah, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and start dropping them in the chat.
And let's take the people that acted, that joined us first.
Great.
Okay, if you guys already took advantage of this, I'd love to know why you did it. Anybody that wants to come in and ask a question, we're going to take your questions. But just realize this, okay? In real estate, you can't really buy anything by yourself. I mean, you can buy a house by yourself. But you can't go buy real estate by yourself. By real estate, you're going to need a lender. You're going to need a seller. You're going to need tenants. So for all of you out there, it's like, I'm going to take this information in the last 3 hours and I'm going to go put it in place. Okay, the one thing you're going to be missing is this. I'm going to answer a lot of questions here. Nobody's going to ask me the biggest question. I'm just going to give it to you. The biggest mistake I made in real estate was going alone. The biggest one. Because I did not have the confidence. I didn't know what I didn't know. So when a guy came along and said, Grant, I'm going to pay you $5 million for your Cedarwood property. Can you show me Cedarwood again? I think it's right here. See, you don't know what you don't know. When a guy came to me and said, Grant, I'm going to pay you a $4 million, $4.3 million for the property you paid $1.9, guess what I did? I sold it. That property's worth $20 million today. I had it in my damn hand. Okay, you guys are like, man, God, please send me opportunity. How about this? God, please tell me not to sell my good shit. One deal. I made $3 million. I could have made $16 million. And still had it, still own it. Most importantly, forget the money I made. Every month, it would be paying me. Every month. The most beautiful thing about real estate is not that it makes you money one day. It's that it makes you money every month. Every single month. And the government, not Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, has a plan to give you passive income for the rest of your life. For all you old people watching, Social Security and Medicare are broken. They're not going to tell you. They're broken. You know they're broken, okay? Our government is bankrupt. You know it's bankrupt. The only people that are going to be left standing as we continue to print more money, the value of all these assets go up, okay? Let's take some Q&A.
Yeah, so I just want to pop a couple questions real quick here. So T asked about the one-on-one calls. Yeah, the one-on-one strategy call is only for day while we still have them. We opened up a few more. So you can still get that when you invest at grantcardone.com/now. Does this work for builds and new builds? Yes, it does. Let's see what else here. What exactly do I get for the $297? As Grant mentioned, it's a 2-day live virtual event plus thousands of dollars of bonuses. You get real estate calculator for calculating payment price, purchase price, the value, increased value formula. You're going to get 2 group coaching calls between now and the event in 2 weeks, where you get access to about 2,800 members of a mentoring group that we have. We give you guys behind the scenes in that.
And sometimes their questions are better than yours, by the way.
Yeah, and then also there's no additional charge above the $297. You can, if that's the last dollar you spend with us, that's totally your choice. Let's see here.
Can they come up? Can they come up?
Can you realistically start with no money?
Yeah, I don't see, because I don't see them. Johnny, where do I see the questions? Let me see it. Just don't know where to find it.
Yeah, so the zero out-of-pocket money, like the key to do that is with investors. So
yeah, okay,
this is a very, very common thing in real estate where you get a group of people together. If you guys remember a while back, Grant said, how much money are you guys sitting on in the bank? Yeah. And there was, just by a rough count, tens of millions of dollars of people that are interested in real estate, that have the cash, but go ahead.
No, I just want them to be able to see me because I can't see you on the camera. Yeah. So it's like, who's the dude talking? Okay, you do not need a personal guarantee. This is to AD. You do not need a personal guarantee on these loans. The real estate is the guarantee. Okay, you need a personal guarantee on a house or on a business, not on these properties. And by the way, if for some reason you had bad credit, I can show you how to get a loan from Fannie and Freddie with bad credit, no money, when the deal's right. When the deal's right, you will get a loan on that deal, okay? Charmlad said, Grant, you rock, thank you. Let's see, questions. I'm going to questions now. Where can I find that calculator and other things he mentioned? They're not for sale anywhere. I'm giving them to you. Luke, I'm going to send it to you, okay? Where do I find 60 units for only $600,000? That's a great question, okay? I pay CoStar $60,000 a year. I pay Crexy $3,600 a year. The Deal Finder?
We have our Deal Finder, yeah.
What
our Deal Finder's? Our Deal Finder's $1,500, yeah.
We charge
$1,500 for the year.
What's that? What's the Deal Finder? Okay.
And so,
I'm going to just show you guys all the free places. Okay, LoopNet. I'm going to go to LoopNet right now. I don't know where you live, dude. This guy's, where do you find it? Okay, well, maybe you got to move. Maybe you got to go someplace. Where do you find a deal for 600 grand a deal? Watch how many I'm going to show you. I'm going to find. See, that's the thing. People have quit, man. A lot of you guys have quit. Oh, my God, it's too late for me. No, it ain't, man. A correction is a correction. Okay, let me just show you guys something. You guys are trying to buy on price. Price is not the issue. Johnny, can you go to my camera right now? You see this right here? Okay, guys, we have a few more spots before we close this out. GrantCardone.com/now. 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 Okay? The value of the property is based on what? Rent. Okay? If you look at this graph on rents in America, if you know anything about inflation, if you guys understand any of these terms, okay? Since 2007, rents in this country, the graph is like this, okay? It is like this. It's not going down. You understand this rent graph is not going to go wham. It's never going down. If you go back to World War II, this graph has always done this. Now, just throw it in the chat if you believe the rent graph is going to continue to do this. Now, if you're in a marketplace where the rent graph doesn't do that, you can't afford to pay more for the property. Here's an article right here. Rental market trends in the U.S. This is this year, September 11th, 3 days ago. Rental market trends in the U.S. Inflation data shows rent remains stubborn. Why is rent stubborn? Jared, let's me and you just talk now this last part. Okay? Man, I might be able to save this. Why are rents stubborn? The average rent in this country is $1,800. The reason you guys don't understand these politicians when they get on TV and they tell you all this bullshit they tell you, you guys are not doing your due diligence. The average mortgage in this country is somewhere between $2,800 and $3,100 a month. So if rents, these are rents, okay, and these are mortgages. If the mortgage is $3,100 and the rent's $1,800, which one of these is going to move first? This ain't coming down. This is not coming down. Here's the other problem with this over here. The deals aren't right here. The deals are not in a house. Okay? Quit looking at houses. Start looking at apartment buildings. The deal's not in a house. 70% of all the homes in America of which, by the way, the average price is $440,000. So if you're buying an apartment deal for 200 grand a door and the house is 440 a door, you're already half price on the rent compared to the mortgage. Okay? Rents in America are going to continue to go up. Mortgages, by the way, are going to continue to go up. You understand, mortgages, you can't build affordable housing in America. There's no such thing. It's completely bullshit. The moment somebody starts talking about affordable housing, it's a lie. They're already lying to you. Affordable is gone. Okay? So this $1,800 rent has a better chance of getting to $3,100 than the $3,100 ever has of getting back to $1,800.
Yeah.
Now, I could bring you back to when I was growing up. I'm 18 years old in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Guess what my rent was? $275. Guess what the rent in Lake Charles, Louisiana is today? So if I go to Zillow, free app, you don't have to buy anything. But you guys still need to learn stuff. Y'all got apps that you don't know how to use, okay? Let's see. Let me go Lake Charles, Louisiana.
It says $1,025 is average rent.
$1,025 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, not where I lived. I mean, I wouldn't live in that part of town. Really? Zillow?
This is just, I'm just Googling.
Yeah, but go to Zillow. Zillow is a pretty good place to get misinformation, but
I saw what you did there.
no, but it is.
Yeah.
But at least it gets you some information, right? So the average price of a home, here's a $575,000 home. Okay, so the next thing you do, once you're looking into the market, you take 575 times 0.0725 and divide by 12. And that's the loan on that house, $3,473 a month. That's what that house is going to cost you. If you have 20% down, if you're qualified for the loan, okay? Now, let me just see the rents in this market.
Well, it says median rents are 1013, which means average rents are going to be much higher than that.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a rent. One bedroom, $880 a month. Two bedroom, $930. Okay, so Jared's right. But what have they done? Okay, $275 to what? I mean, Lake Charles is a little small town. Okay,
3.5x.
They've gone up 3.5 times. Okay, now if you don't, but these are all brand new apartments too. Let's see, $900 a month with a swimming pool, $969. Yeah, so there might be some opportunities in Lake Charles now that I'm looking at. Okay, so let's see here. Where do you find? How many of you think the rents are going up in this country?
It's not even a question. Like if you have any doubt on that, you just have to go look at the numbers over the last 30 years. Like they all go up. The data's already there.
Yeah. Rents in New York City today. Average rent in New York City is $3,864. Now you guys understand, Manhattan is $4,667. A studio apartment, 400 square feet, is $3,600. This is New York City. Okay, what do you think happens to Miami in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years? See, you guys got to decide where you're going to invest. Like you might need to leave Tulsa or Lake Charles and figure out where the money is. That's what I'm doing. That's why we travel so much around the country to look at what's the next great rental market. What's going to happen to rents in California? Nothing. You can't buy anything here. This town is on lockdown, dude. Okay? You go to Santa Monica, Malibu, Los Angeles, Hollywood. This is an unbelievable rental city, okay? This is a dream come true. Do not disregard all the, everybody's going to be evicted. No, they're not. 2% of the people are going to play a game on you. Our eviction rate on 15,000 units every year times 0.05, it's been like that since COVID. I have 750 evictions a year on 15,000 people that pay me. What do I care? Okay, I got 15,000 people paying me $2,000 a month times 12. They pay me $360 million a year. Okay, I lose 0.005% of that. I lose $1.8 million a year to some guy that, by the way, wasn't a criminal. He just fell on bad luck. Okay, it's not terrible. Now, do I want to be in Bakersfield? Probably not. Every city's got its market. Every city. That's why I said the number one rule of real estate is what? The location, man. Don't be a loser, okay? Be a location guy, Okay, so you got to know your market and know your location. The average rent, if I take out the median rent, or if I take out, median rent in Manhattan is $4,600. You understand that's for a 1980 brick? Looking at another building, this isn't a great location. A great location is going to be $12,000. For instance, I'm going to show you Boca. Let's see, what's my deal? 10X Boca. 10X Boca. I'm going to show you a deal I bought in Boca. Look at this deal. Because I bought this during COVID. I made $80 million on this one deal right here. Okay? I knew when I bought it, I made $80 million. Like, it wasn't even a question. Okay? The rents, because I knew the rents were too low. The rents were $2,500. The rents on this property today are $4,000. They've gone up $1,500 in 3 years, times 400 units, times 12, divided by 0.06 even. That's $12 million if I'm wrong, okay? So, and the rents are going to keep going up, and you can never buy the property again, okay? So I'm just telling you, I can answer all your questions. I can't get it done all today. I apologize if I covered too much, too fast, too soon, if I hit you with too much. But trust me when I tell you this. When you join me for this little adventure for the next 2 weeks, you will not regret it. I'm going to open you up, Johnny. I'm going to open you up, okay, to things that you can do different. Things you can do different. You need the information in the master class. You need to start listening to it so that in 12 or 13 days, what's the date on that? October?
It is September.
September, this month. I'm going to Dubai when I get done today. I'm going to go to Dubai.
28th.
When I get back on the 28th, I'm going to spend 2 full days with you. I invite you into my studio to spend 2 days with you to go over the terms, what to look for, what to pay, how to negotiate, how to write up an LOI, okay? How to make the deal work, how to know for certain it's going to work, where to go to get a loan, how to answer the seller's questions, how to answer your investors' questions, how to bring investors in. You're not going to learn this until you learn this, okay? I want to help you on your start to investing in real estate. If you've already taken advantage of this awesome offer, grantcardone.com/now. If you've already taken advantage of it, congratulations. This is going to be a freaking great ride. I cannot wait to join you and your family on creating some big W's in the wealth column. If you're in Sydney, Australia, you're in Melbourne, you're in Singapore, you're in Taipei, I don't care where you are, buy real estate in this cycle. For those of you who have not taken advantage of this, I promise you, and I'm telling you, I know I'm not wrong on this. This is the greatest real estate correction. By terms of volume, amounts, and the kind of real estate you can buy in this cycle is going to be the biggest redistribution of wealth in my entire lifetime. And it's happening right now. And by the way, it's happening from all the rich guys. It's the big groups. I'm going to show you an article I just read this morning. What was the name of this? Bad debt institutions. I forget what the name of this was. Storewood debt. Yeah, and we're going to be taking this down. We're going to be taking this offer down here in the next few minutes. What was that article, Jared? I pulled up. It was about the debt maturity. It was just today. Debt maturity. This thing could be so enormous, by the way, you could have 300 bank failures. $1 trillion debt maturity. Yeah, here it is. A record $8.9 trillion of government debt will mature. Show this, Johnny.
The government debt?
Yeah, over this year, okay? 6.7 next year. Okay, here's the article I want to show you. Landlords face a $1.5 trillion commercial real estate maturity wall. This is bigger than 2008 by 3 times. You guys understand that, right? If you'd have been buying real estate in 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12, you would be so rich it would be sick. It would be crazy. I bought in every one of these cycles. I know when to buy and I know when to sell. Never sell. But there's times where you can buy, where you can steal. This is the moment, okay? Is it this today? No, because you don't have the confidence. You don't have the network. You don't have the deal. You don't have the debt. You ain't got the know-how. And if you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't know, you can't do it. Like if you got a gun in your house and somebody comes to rob you and you can't find the gun, guess what? You ain't got a gun. Okay? The real estate could be sitting in your neighborhood. If you don't know it's a good deal and don't know where to get the debt, don't know how to raise the money, you're not going to buy the real estate. Somebody else is. I want it to be you this time. Okay? I want it to be the everyday guy and gal. I want it to be everyday family that needs passive income. You need to protect your capital. You need your investments in something other than cash and 401ks and IRAs that keep making the rich richer. Look, these people are going to own everything in America if you keep letting them. They're going to own it all because you're not buying it. I'm pleading with you and your family. Take this serious. I've done everything I can to make it so like irresistibly stupid on your part not to do this, okay? I just want to tell you one more time before we close it out what it is, okay? You get the master class. You get the elementary fundamental class. That's 32 hours. Me delivering to you where to buy, how to buy, when to buy, what to pay, how to underwrite it, and how to figure out your exits, even how to raise money. I'm going to spend 2 days with you, in addition to the 32 hours, 2 days live, walking you through real deals that are available in the marketplace right now. I'm going to give you my instant underwriter calculator and my underwriter calculator and my deal tracking spreadsheet that we put together, as well as the resource book. The resource book by itself is $2,500. The resource book is $2,500. The home study manual goes with the master class. I'm going to give you our dictionary, the real estate book. You can read this in your free time. I'll bet you can read this in one night. Okay. And I'm going to give you an exclusive pass to our digital online live Zoom of 2 days with me from my studio. I hope you join me. I hope you took advantage of your strategy call. We had availability for these. We've sold out on the strategy call, so we might have to push you out a day or two next week, right,
yeah,
Jared?
Or the week after.
Okay. Yeah. The website, the link is grantcardone.com/now. grantcardone.com/now. One last thing. If you hit grantcardone.com/now and it didn't accept your credit card for some reason, just call my office. They're happy to help you. If you couldn't get in, maybe you saw this after we closed and you couldn't get in, call my office, 310-777-0255, 310-777-0255. If your card didn't process, if you need some help with it, if something happened, it didn't take your charge, if you don't know where your credit is, you got a question, if you're trying to plan your strategy call, whatever it is you need, okay? Call my office, 310-777-0255. I hope you take advantage of this. I hope you take advantage of the marketplace because it's happening. It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity for regular people to get super rich. And I look forward to seeing you and meeting you and hearing about your successes, what you bought, your struggles, your challenges. I look forward to helping you, working with you, you and your family, to see you and your family create more wealth. Thank you for joining us today.